Hey everybody, welcome to Frame Trap. I'm your host, Brad Ellis. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Michael Damiani.
Yo, yep. Dragon Ball!
That's right, baby. Dragon Ball is in Fortnite. It started today.
Dragon
I already
Ball.
bought Goku and Vegeta right off the bat.
I'll be catching up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And our guest this week, Isla Hink.
Hi.
Welcome to the new Frame Trap.
New Frame Trap.
We went a new power level, I would say. Super Saiyan now.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
SSJ 1 or 2? How far are we from blue?
Blue? We got a ways to go because we got to do 3. Then we got to do
4.
Then we got to do the God mode. Okay. Then we got to do.
Are we just Kaioken then? Like times 10 right now?
Kaioken? Yeah, I guess we were Kaioken before. Mm-hmm. Now we're Super Saiyan, yeah.
All right.
Frieza killed Krillin and we're pissed off.
There we go.
That's what happened.
And Super Saiyan 4 is canon. We will be going to that.
You're making GT canon?
Let's go.
No.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
I won't have that.
It's in Dragon Ball Fighters.
I don't care about Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm not going to have that. So
I love when you guys talk about that because I'm like, I understand, I know what Super Saiyan means, but...
Well, I'd hope so. It's been it's been like 10 years of us talking
people
about
punching each other across planets.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So while you out there, if you love this show, consider checking out patreon.com/easyallies. That's how we are primarily supported. This is the lifeblood of this business, I would say.
Yes.
Keeps us alive, keeps us going. We got some sick tiers over there, especially the $5 tier where you get access to our patron-only Discord. It's a good time in there, good stuff. And you get to write in for questions for this show and for the normal podcast. But write in for this show. This show's better. Save your question for this show instead.
We're also supposed to say, rate the audio podcast.
Oh, yeah. Give us a good review if you enjoy the show.
And then also like and subscribe and ring the bell on YouTube. It helps the channel a lot.
So basically,
send
us your
It does.
spirit energy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Send us that spirit
energy on every platform.
Collecting that spirit bomb.
I mean, that's how it would have worked if they made Dragon Ball now. Goku would be checking social media and stuff to get all the spirit energy.
Yeah.
I need 30,000 more likes to save the city or whatever the fuck happens.
All right. Damiani, we've played some of this game a little bit before, but now it's officially out. MultiVersus.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
The free-to-play Smash Brothers game from Warner Brothers that has survived. That's doing very well. Setting huge concurrent number records. And so far has survived the WB Discovery merger. So far has not been scheduled to be canceled or anything like that with all that going on. It's a little crazy over there. But doing well. Had a showcase at a Evo recently.
I did see some of this.
Yeah, and they had a top 8 there, even though it wasn't part of the official evil presentation. Yeah. And then they announced that 2 characters, was it Black Adam and
Black Adam
Stripe, or what was
Stripe?
Oh, it starts with the S, not Shazam.
No, it's not Shazam.
Sorry, they added a second character as out of the blue for season 1's kickoff. So they're in full swing, even though people have been obviously playing a ton of it.
Right.
And we've played it before. I participated in the first closed beta that they did back in July. They had more of an open beta for everyone to get into. And I've liked it more than the Nickelodeon All Stars.
Yeah, me too.
By a lot, because they put it feels like they put the effort into production values in there,
like
the music, the voice acting. It felt a little bit more authentic, and Nickelodeon was a little too late to capitalize on that. But at the end of the day, it's still a Smash Bros. Game. So if you're not into those types of games, it might not
why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
We
all played it. I mean, Hubert was the best. He was I'm out on this.
Very
game.
dismissive.
Yeah, but I think he gave it another chance. But
I famously love all video games.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially Smash.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers. But I mean, hey, if you don't want to buy a Nintendo dedicated console and you don't want to spend $60 on a game, you just need
with some probably better online.
Yeah,
definitely
better online with those.
Is this free to play?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So it's got the whole battle pass monetization system.
Yeah.
All the series perks where whatever series rank you get in that season, you get access to they have different skins for the characters. So there's the ring out animation. Like they like looked at Smash Brothers to a T, and like what could we like improve upon or just go like further and enhance. And
I like the option for like classic HUD. That literally just makes it Smash Brothers.
They're like, yeah,
the whole thing
did you come Smash Brothers? Would you like to just use that HUD? Sure. Yeah. Otherwise, the HUD completely customizable. Like, imagine a Nintendo game letting you rearrange icons and stuff.
It's actually really robust. It's
and
you can change like color outlines and stuff. It's really good for accessibility.
Like some decent accessibility stuff in there as well. But yeah, like just like in addition, characters have like perks that enhance their attributes as well. They just basically combined a lot of like the games as a service like best of list, and then looked at Smash Brothers like, what do we need to take from Smash Brothers, and what are things that people wish Smash Brothers had, and they're kind of doing that. And I think so far it's been very successful. It has been, and the players are responding well to it, because I mean, I think someone like me thought maybe there wasn't that much room for another huge, super successful Smash clone, but like, why not? Because there's so many other genres that have like multiple entries that have huge numbers. Like it doesn't, maybe not too many, but like at least a second one could be supported.
Platform fighters,
for platform fighters,
are a lot. You brought up Evo earlier. And I think it helped. Not only is it a brand new game, so that helped, but there's no Smash this year at EVO, so that probably helped too.
Oh, this is absolutely, if Nintendo doesn't break with its deal with Panda, whatever, for their tournament they're doing. By the way, there was a huge Smash tournament this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
But if Nintendo's going to stay that way and just going to stay away from EVO, this is clearly going to be taking its spot. Like next EVO.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you think Smash or Nintendo is like hurting Smash by being so Nintendo about it? I mean, I know they you were talking about this the other day, that they kind of want it to be more for kids and not like so competitive, like meta, whatever, maybe.
Yeah, they want it to be for everyone. They're hurting in a sense of it, like it's competitive scene.
Right.
But at the same time, I just said there was a huge tournament this past week. It had numbers that I think one of their Twitch viewers eclipsed EVO for one of them, or came close.
So no is the answer.
So the thing is, the community has been carrying Smash on its own.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is such like too big to fail situation with Smash that like, I don't think the only thing that they ever did that got pressure is when they last minute pulled it from EVO many years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, and like everyone was like, wait, what are you doing, Nintendo? And they like capitulated, but like giving enough aside from doing a really last minute blunder like that, it's really hard for them to like do a lot of damage to this series.
Yeah, you can't kill Smash.
Well, I mean, whatever comes next might. That's the big thing. It's like what comes next for Smash could be like, whatever they do, it's probably not going to be as big as Ultimate. So they're probably will like they have a huge task ahead of them.
Yeah, where do you go from we did everything?
Yeah, but like other companies aren't waiting. That's why we got like MultiVersus. That's why we got Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. When we're getting this, it's because companies like, well, we can do this as well. We have popularity IPs. I mean,
sure.
If Capcom decided to do their own Smash Brothers, it would probably like work out.
Yeah, they could do their own fighting game again.
Yeah. So I think this is on good footing. It's just whether or not they commit to supporting it long term.
I've seen a leak of DLC characters. I don't know if it's real or not, but there's
Gandalf.
a lot. Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting for.
Gandalf in there?
That's a leak, yeah.
Gandalf. Is real?
Gandalf is a leak.
That's real. I think
Gandalf 2
Beetlejuice maybe was one also.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah,
I can imagine like he'll have like the punch fist come up from like range like attack. That'd be cool.
There's so much.
I
want like the Tiny Toons to show up as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of potential.
There's so
Are Animaniacs in there?
No, not
not
yet.
in there yet.
Man, you could put so many.
I mean, I'm waiting for a Mortal Kombat character to show up.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Like Sub-Zero or Scorpion.
Like cartoony version of them too. Yeah,
they
I
could
think
totally
that's still.
What about like?
I mean, they put Arya Stark in there.
They did.
They
sure
put
did.
a Mortal Kombat character.
Put like Mare from Mare of Easttown in there. She's just like really sad and like wants to drink like a beer but doesn't.
Oh, I think Scooby was a leak. That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a
Scooby's got to join Shaggy.
Scooby's got to join Shaggy, yeah.
And then on a team, they got to have some team moves. And but that's the other big thing about this game. Like we talked about how it's been like kind of copying and like improving, but their biggest focus, especially for online, that's what the tournament was as well, was team team mode, 2v2. So it's not just 1v1 matchups. While they have 1v1, while they have the free-for-all, 2v2, and how players can support each other. Like some moves actually enhance other players' moves. That being built around it, I think, is kind of it's going to be its bread and butter. And what's most exciting to see is seeing those team comps, because a lot of people have been trying to figure out how to do team-based fighting games for a while now, and
there's not a lot going on,
not a lot
there.
of success with it. Yeah,
and it was interesting to see that at Evo. The 2v2 focus is like, yo, this is the main mode for this game.
Yeah,
it was fun. That was my favorite mode. Man, John Oliver would be a hilarious character.
Okay,
he like hits you with a desk
Some
or
British
something,
guy.
and he goes, and now this. It hits you.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
Dude, they're gonna put Tony Soprano in there.
Ooh.
Anything's possible.
The Wire characters from The Wire. Man, you could do so much funny HBO stuff.
Yeah.
The Rehearsal stuff. Nathan Fielder.
I mean, I know they gotta have multiple versions of Batman at some point too. Like,
sure.
Batman Beyond Batman.
Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis.
Yeah.
Put Westworld in there, and it makes the fight take place in 3 different time periods for no reason, and then like half of the fight is like a flash forward to a dream state in a simulation.
Games don't. Yeah, it's a good point. 'Cause even like, I know you're just half joking, but like,
I'm full joking.
Unless
Westworld is ridiculous.
But unless there's the characters, the stages.
Yeah,
I think stages from other IPs like that would actually be pretty awesome.
A Westworld stage, like if they didn't dick around, would actually be kind of cool.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Helm's Deep with Gandalf.
Oh, yes. Oh man,
dude, MultiVersus has potential.
So like it does, and I mean, I thought Nickelodeon did too, but they just didn't. They kind of half-assed it.
It was too floaty.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good to play it really. MultiVersus, at least, like once you understand the controls, like kind of feels like you're doing.
Yeah,
something.
it feels pretty good. Doesn't feel nearly as good as Smash, obviously, but it's still good.
Yeah, I think it's like the closest to feeling in that direction.
Yeah,
and like I didn't absolutely wasn't turned off by it within like 30 minutes like I was with Nickelodeon. This as Isla said, like I think even we don't like these games, it's still easy. This one's very easy and understand to play and kind of feels a little bit fun.
Well, yeah, and it's so easy to get to. It's like free.
That too.
And it has crossplay.
Yeah.
So you can just play with your buds on any platform.
I think it's very easy to get into the matches with people too, because they have a whole sidebar for friends and everything that can open up.
You have to sign up for some weird thing at the beginning.
They have
probably.
that's
their whatever online.
Yeah, that's
I guess
annoying.
That's the price you pay.
Gotta make your
for
Epic
a free
account
game,
for Fortnite.
Oh, right, it's Epic.
You play
Yeah.
shenanigans.
God, you play it.
Yeah, they had that, and then the big thing they added, because we got to see it, or at least we confirmed it was in there, the local play. That was a big question mark. Now, the one thing it doesn't have a lot of yet is story content.
Right.
That is something where
pretty much none.
Yeah. It's if they're looking for a place to go up, that's something they could maybe introduce. Maybe they're holding it for a rainy day, like maybe season 2.
Do you think that's a big draw for a game like this?
Possibly it could for free to play. I think seeing these characters interact with each other and like cutscenes would be kind of cool. Like think of like how excited people got for Space Jam. I mean the new one wasn't that great, but like the original Space Jam, like seeing like characters mingle, like Roger Rabbit, like it's that type of stuff. It's like I just want to see them on screen, like Kingdom Hearts. It's like Nintendo's been doing this forever, and now it's like, it's harder when it comes to these bigger media companies and have all these different IPs. They're very protective. Remember, like Disney for the longest time when it like didn't want Pixar things being in like universes. It doesn't make. We want to protect their like lore, their integrity of their lore by like it doesn't. We need a reason for it makes sense for them to be there. We're not just gonna put them in there for the sake of it being in there. I mean, they're storytellers. I mean, they're just protective of their works. But that's how
Portals. That fixes everything.
Yeah, portals.
Dimensional rifts.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Dude, now I'm thinking about like Shaggy and Arya Stark like hiding behind a basket, like watching in the story mode, you know?
Watching
like
someone get murdered.
Yeah, like some crazy Batman is like
Zoinks,
interrogating a guy, and Arya Stark and Shaggy are just like, oh,
or like
zoinks,
Batman's
Arya.
like, I don't kill, and Arya's like, fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do.
Yeah, there could be potential there, Dom. I think of
Rips his face off.
Mortal Kombat games and how good their campaigns usually are.
Yeah.
Especially their newer ones. And like, I think that gets a lot of people. And like, Mortal Kombat is incredibly successful. And I think a lot of it is because of the campaign. Because no one's touching them really in the campaign department as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So I think there is a lot of room for fun stuff like that.
I think so, and even just adding like more fun modes, like I mean, not literally this, but like a break the targets type thing, or like mini game type modes could be fun as well if they really don't want to lean too heavily into the story. But again, I do hope they continue to support it because, as we said at the top, the merger, WB Discovery merger, is having a whole bunch of consequences. And I mean, the latest headline I heard yesterday, my roommate read it. I was like, "What the shit?" It was like
everything.
Matt Reeves' films are like might be on hold, like the Batman
movies.
Like they might not even be letting him make more of the Batman films.
What the hell?
Like why?
That was a good Batman movie.
Like, do you not like money?
That was good.
Yeah, it made a lot of money.
It's like what?
All of
weird.
those print money, and they're like so bad. The Batman was good, but.
Yeah,
Like Batman v Superman and stuff.
Yeah, it's just who knows what they're thinking over there.
Talking about John Oliver, like I mentioned this on Reaction Shots, I think, but he said he said something really funny on his show. He was like, "Well, new business daddy, I hear you're burning down the network for the insurance money, but I think that's great. Like, go for it." It feels like that's what they're doing. They're just like slash and burn. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, yeah, you have that. You have the stuff about HBO Max or whatever, like supposedly like the movies aren't going to be coming to streaming anymore potentially, like the 45-day window is probably going away. I mean, yeah, all these new CEOs of these big media companies, I don't know, man, it's not good times. You got that, you got what's his face in charge of Disney, the Disney parks going to hell, like Chapek or whatever.
But Disney parks just reported like record earnings.
I know they're making money, but
they're bringing annual passes back too.
Oh yeah, everything. Yeah. Really? Because Magic.
I just saw that.
They were like Magic.
They're bringing annual passes back, I believe. I just saw this today. I was like, what?
Really? Because they did Magic Key, which is like basically an annual pass, but like weirder and more expensive and worse. And like apparently those people aren't bringing in any money, so they're like pissed about it.
They were saying that they want more tourists. They don't.
They don't want locals
because they make so much more money off tourists.
Yeah, of course.
So they're trying to make it harder. That's why they originally got rid of.
People just aren't traveling as much right now. Probably like I don't know.
I also say like the number one argument I hear from locals, like I just can't pick a day, like I just can't just stop by Disney anymore.
Right.
Either in Florida or here in California. It's like you can't do that anymore.
Like that was the whole point of having the annual pass.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like you dip in.
You go on a whim.
You hit Haunted Mansion and you grab like you hit Blue Bayou or whatever, and then you leave.
Yeah, like 2 hour, 3 hour day. Yeah,
yeah, like fun. You happen to be down in Anaheim like
when you had
twice a year.
Dude, parking is like $30 or more.
Oh yeah,
some shit.
It's insane.
Hey, Universal, Nintendo next year.
Yeah, we'll have to go.
Hopefully it doesn't go to shit.
We should just make that a work thing.
We absolutely should. I've been wanting to introduce like team building stuff. I think that'd be an amazing one.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a ropes course, Brad.
We need to get the codes.
Team building.
Team building.
We need to get the codes to the soft opening of it.
Yeah, well, it's because we all live far.
We should really try to do that.
To get the codes to go to it.
We're supposed to take a group photo today, but Don's out of town, so I had an idea. We could put him on
Photoshop
the monitor.
Him in?
We could put him on the monitor we used to do for Isla and Don.
He would probably be more comfortable with that.
He'd probably be more comfortable with that. Anyway.
Yeah, Multiversus, so far a good start.
Yeah.
Definitely curious to see where it goes.
It feels like Fortnite for someone like me, like Fortnite. Like if somebody want to play it, I'll hop in and play it for a little bit.
Yeah,
but like
totally.
I'm not gonna like usually go play it on my own that much. So
it literally looks like the UI looks exactly like Fortnite.
Very fun to play in short bursts.
Yeah, I had fun with it. All right, Don, we've been playing this next game also this week. We played 2 hours of it pretty recently. The Mario Kart 8 DLC. What is this, Pack 2 that just came out?
Wave 2. We played it with some of our highest tier patrons. Our Play With Us tier, we got to play with them recently. And then we played it partially on a group stream.
We group streamed it,
the week before.
Yeah.
Went through all those new levels.
Pretty cool level.
Yeah. I really like... I like the old ones that have been updated, and then like the new original ones. So like I think we started with this one had like Sydney, like the opera house, and like it had like I like how on a first playthrough some of these like when you pick up, is this the same track over and over? Or are we going different paths? Like that moment when it hits it
alternates some laps, which is cool.
It's pretty nice to do that. Seeing the was it Mario Circuit 3, like the old, like it was a GBA or a Super Nintendo looking one, like 2D one that's brought into 3D. Those are really fun to see.
The SNES one was really cool. Like when I was going on that and I realized like, wait, this is like the track from SNES. Like this is sick.
I really like seeing those ones as well.
Yeah, that was good.
It's interesting, this pack. This is kind of something unusual, I'd say, for most Nintendo games. Like, their approach to a live service game now, I guess I'd kind of say, like, Mario Kart 8 kind of is one.
Yeah.
They're essentially adding almost a whole new game to this, the amount of tracks they're adding.
Yeah, like
Mario Kart 9 died for this.
Did it die?
Or at least got set back 3 years.
They're like,
Well, it was like coming alive.
20-year
like,
plan.
It was like Frankenstein the Resurrecting, and then they just shot it in the head.
Well, and they want you to get on that weird expansion pack.
They sure do, yeah.
This is the benefit of like having that Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack tier.
And now Wave Race is coming to the
August 19.
Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn.
I'm stoked about it. Honestly, that was the first thing that made me like, fuck, should I get that expansion? Because I haven't bit on that expansion pass at all. I paid I raw dog paid for the Animal Crossing.
How much was that?
24 or something. So like I should have just done it.
Yeah, now we buy a second one.
I should have just
like
done it. Yeah,
$50,
I should have just done it.
It's cool. Even the trailer, real quick for the Wave Race, like they actually put a little bit of effort into it. Like the date was done in like the Wave Race font, like it was like N64 graphic. I was like, okay, even though it was a minute 19, they got some good shots. I was like, this is pretty nice. Like they know this is a big deal. But back to maybe that.
Dude, they know it's a big deal.
Maybe one of the Wave Race, they're treating it like a big deal.
Some guy who made that graphic was like, yes, but Nintendo doesn't care.
Yeah.
That maybe. But hey, maybe there'll be a Wave Race course added. We talked about like how they would do that before. However. This is one of the longest they supported a game, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because it came out in 2017.
Probably Smash
if you count
Ultimate.
the re-releases.
Yeah, because it came out. This version Deluxe came out in 2017.
Yeah.
Summer 2017, and we're in the summer of 2022, and this is gonna be supported through 2023. So that's 6 years of new content updates, plus the original game, which came out like 2013, 2014. Was being supported with DLC as well.
10-year-long Mario Kart.
This has been like a 10-year Mario Kart.
That's crazy.
They basically GTA 5 Skyrim'd it. Yeah.
I didn't. Oh. Man, that really puts things in perspective. Good Lord. Oh, man.
And it keeps selling. And it keeps making a lot of money.
Does.
So
wait, this came out on the Wii U originally?
Yes.
Wii U.
Wii U.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't they add new characters?
Well, I don't know why yet, but they have.
Just when it came
They
to
added, like Link.
the Ultimate version or whatever.
And the Inklings, right? Were they added later?
the Switch?
There was a. Oh crap! Was it Wii U?
The Animal Crossing.
Well, I mean, we got the alternate outfit Link and the
like
Master
the Wii
Cycle.
U DLC.
Oh, we got
added
was
characters.
it Boo or whatever?
Was King Boo?
He was not in the original one. He was definitely a new character.
If I recall, the Wii U DLC added the characters, and then the Switch version was like the full package of all the DLC from the Wii U.
Yeah, it had all that. It did add
characters.
King Boo. I don't know if there's another character I'm forgetting they added.
I don't think.
But also like the
added
battle mode. The battle mode.
Oh, okay. Was that not in the Wii U version?
No, I didn't have battle mode.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Really?
I can't
I
remember.
don't think it did. I
thought the Switch version was just all the stuff they added to Wii U.
Me
Maybe
too,
I'm
but I
wrong.
could be wrong.
Pretty sure the Switch version added battle mode or refined to battle mode or something. It did something.
Find it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, the original version didn't have it. I mean, I don't have my phone on right now. I can just look this up. But like, the original version did not have battle mode out of the gates. So regardless, like, is the point here? I know there's corrections coming, but like, the point is they've been.
We don't
adding,
do that on the
they've
show.
been adding.
We don't do that.
They're gonna do
Save
it.
'em.
They're gonna do it in the comments anyway. Don't worry.
Woody and Buzz, they added them from Toy Story, which was
fun.
weird. It was like, why are
That'd be
they in
sick.
here?
Yeah, it didn't really make
That
sense.
was in the Wii
I was
U
expecting
era.
like Slinky to be in there. But
Yeah, add Slinky.
I'm kind of mad they didn't add Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
They have his car and the track.
that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
That and Excite Bike, like the
Yeah,
character from
the
Excite
spray
Bike.
or
guy?
at least a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought about this like
A 2D bike.
a while ago. I don't remember what we were thinking about, but I was like, man, I would love if Platinum made a action game where you're Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
And you're just beating the shit out of other people.
Dude. He's a bounty hunter. He like interacts
Yes.
with bounty hunter.
Let
There
him be
you
a
go.
bounty hunter, dude.
And then there's chase sequences. Like the instead of races, like it's a chase sequence and like your F-Zero
Yeah.
Falcon.
Dude, bullet time or witch time as Blue Captain Falcon?
Well, think of the death race mode that like Bloodworth spent forever on and couldn't win. The other day when we played F-Zero.
Get good, Bloodworth.
That
Be serious.
turning that into like a serious like platinum develop mode where it's like
Yeah.
you gotta like destroy this dude with weapons and stuff.
I don't know about Platinum, though. I'm not 100% confident in them as a dev all the time.
It's a 60-40 shot, right? It'll either be great
feel
or
like
terrible.
Their action games for Nintendo are good. though, at least. The Bayonetta games are good. Really good.
Yeah, Astrotain I heard was pretty good.
I never played it. I own it, but I've never played it.
I played a few hours of it.
But
it
some
wasn't really my cup of tea, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, but they have had some misses for sure. Like the Ninja Turtles game, or remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
really
the
like
Avatar game.
Yeah, that one wasn't the best either.
And Babylon's Fall, baby.
Oh.
Yeah,
Everyone's favorite.
Well,
Pièce de résistance. I keep forgetting to breathe, so I keep yawning.
breathe.
Breathe.
With me.
Breathe with me. Do you know when the next DLC course is coming out?
No, they kind of like announced they announced this pretty last minute. They announced this pretty last minute.
They do, you're right.
Because they didn't do their summer showcase, and it was just announced.
Oh yeah, they didn't have a summer showcase.
Yeah, they just put it out there.
Dude, it's so weird.
I mean, they've kind of gone through everything now, so like there's nothing else left in terms of
We'd
like,
have to
their
go
announcements.
if they do something. It'd have to be for next year.
I
probably.
imagine there potentially could be another direct coming up in the next few months, like sometime September or later.
For next year, focusing on that?
For
First half next
upcoming
year?
titles, and that could be where Wave 3. We might be waiting till the Keeleys. They might be during the Game Awards, and might be that month. It might be like, oh, December, Wave 3, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, sure.
Nintendo's official website says planned to be released by 12/31/2023. So
Yeah,
I think they have not announced a date. That's for Wave 3.
That's for everything. All the content's due out by then. Yeah. This is what they did with Smash Brothers Pack 2. They're like, all the fighters will be out by the end of
by
this
this
day.
time.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Man, Nintendo is a wild company.
They really are.
Really
Yeah.
wild.
Wild. Splatoon 3 wild.
All right. Isla, you've been playing Sea of Thieves. We all have experience with this game. This game is like 6 years old or something now.
Who knows? Season 7 just dropped, which introduced captaincy, which means you can... you own a ship, which has never been the case. Every time you've booted in before,
I've been new ship. I heard this. I was like, what? I thought you owned a ship. But it just spawns in with like cosmetics you have on it.
So before, you would have to go every time you booted in. You can pick a sloop, a brigantine, or a galleon.
Right.
Those are in ascending order of bigness. And crew of 1 or 2, 2 or 3 or 4... respectively. And before, you just get a random one and then go to the customizations chest and add your skins.
Oh, you have to add it every time? It wouldn't save it?
No.
Damn.
So now with captaincy, it saves it. So you go to adventure, and instead of picking a ship, you go to my ships, and then if whichever ones you've bought will be there, you get one of each type and you name it. I named mine The Boat.
Great name.
Which for a second I was a little pissed because I had streamer mode on, which obscures names, and it changed the name of the boat to some random thing. So in the cutscene, it was like the Sly Goose, and I was like, "What the hell is this?
Where's the boat?"
I missed the boat coming in on the cutscene. It makes me laugh because it's so stupid. But so. Now it'll save your customizations. It saves trinkets and decorations that you put in your captain's quarters, which is cool.
That's cool.
That I'm really excited about. And you have to earn all of those. So like it's a new track for earning stuff. So you have to get to new kind of levels on a new track to unlock a new bed or trinkets for your shelf or like new curtains or whatever. And that all saves on your ship. So does damage. So if your ship gets totally wrecked and you load in next time, it'll still be totally wrecked. But you can pay the shipwright or in the menu to like
fix it.
I'm not sure the pricing on that, but
can you fix it yourself too?
You have to fill up the holes, but it'll still have the damage as
That's
per
cool.
usual.
I like that.
So a brig is 375k gold, in-game gold, not purchasable with real money, really. And a galleon is 500k. A sloop is like 200.
That seems like a lot of money, which I guess it should be.
Yeah, I mean, I had on me like 400k.
Okay.
Already just from playing it casually for years, and I'm not Pirate Legend or anything. I'm like level 30 something in Order of the Souls and Merchants, and like almost 50 for Gold Hoarders. You have to be 50 in all three to get Pirate Legend.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, who's to say? But it's pretty cool, and like along with captaincy, there are new kind of missions that give you there are different levels of them. You can purchase them from the shipwright, and they go on a shelf in your captain's quarters, so you don't have to go into a port to get a mission. You can just do one in on the sea, which is neat. Yeah, and you can have a bunch on hand, and you can choose. I bought one for like 700 gold that gave us 4 assignments at once.
Oh.
It was for the Merchants Guild, so it was like a lost shipment, a collect these chickens and snakes and pigs and stuff and bring them here by this time, and then 2 like go collect these things and bring them here missions, and we got them all at the same time. And I was like, oh my god. And it was just Sophia and I trying to run a galleon, just the 2 of us, which was kind of a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Because you kind of need 4 people for that boat.
For a huge ship, yeah.
But a brig you can do with 2 people, no problem. And that's what we usually do, and it's just the 2 of us. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did they add any new like story content or PvE content?
There's more coming soon. I think each season gets like a new story adventure, I think they call them.
Yeah.
I think it's like next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did a little of the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
That
it was
one is
really sick.
That one is like a separate special thing.
Okay,
like,
it was cool.
That's called a Pirate's Life, and you can choose that from the main menu at any time.
Okay.
Or I think maybe you can go and talk to the lady, whatever, and do it. But yeah, that's like a separate kind of a thing. But adventures are similar to those.
Yeah.
And they have one per season, I believe. And there's a battle pass and whatever.
There's a battle pass? What do you get? Just cosmetic
plunder
stuff?
pass, yeah, cosmetics.
Can you get the pets in this?
Excuse me. I'm not sure if there are any pets on there. You get like outfits and stuff, and you get ancient coins, which you can spend at a certain shop.
Oh, okay. Man, everything's got a battle pass.
There are like 3 currencies in the game, I think.
3? Okay.
Yeah, there's a real money one, ancient coins, and then gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I look back at my time with this game. I haven't played in a while, but I remember when you do, I really liked the PvE stuff and like, you know, you get this map and you got to solve this riddle kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like,
There's
I really
so
love
much,
stuff like that in that game.
There's so much more in it now. It's crazy. Like
when
stumbled,
I reviewed this, there was like nothing.
Originally, there was very little. Like I remember playing the beta and being like, "Wow, this will be cool when they add the game to it."
Yeah.
And then, oh no, this is just what the game is. But like we stumbled upon a thing like 2 different kinds of ones like a ancient treasury, and we had to fight a bunch of sirens, like the evil merfolk or whatever. And then we got a bunch of gold, and then we found another one, which was more of like a platforming puzzle. Like you had to figure out how to get to the top to get a bunch of treasure.
Love that.
It was really cool, and like
that is cool.
Those are just they're like purple glowing things in the water, and you just swim down and you get to them.
Yeah.
So they've had all kinds of stuff.
Is there? I remember it was. I don't know if they changed this, but it used to just be you're on the ocean. There's other players out there too, and you can get killed and get your loot jacked. But you can do the same thing. Are there private things now where you can just be by yourself, or is it all?
I know
still like that
for a while. I know they had that for like big time streamers that could do it, like set up a private server for like their viewers. I'm not sure if that's open to anybody yet or not. I don't know. But typically no. I haven't seen a way to do that. But
what do you think it still needs?
I don't know, man. There's like a lot of stuff in it, and I think that this kind of gave it. This edition is interesting because like season 7, like the main thing is captaincy, you know, and you're like, okay, cool, like so you're just adding a little more ownership and decoration,
right? Which
doesn't out of the gate seem like that much, but it's sort of.
I think if you play constantly, frequently, you're like, ooh,
yeah, and it feels cool to have ownership, and like you can decorate the ship.
You're
and
like my boat now.
Yeah, and like if you go through a storm or get hit by a cannon, like stuff will fall off the shelves, or like a painting will get like knocked asunder, and you'll have to like fix it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you choose to, otherwise you could just let everything fall apart, and like that's what you want to do. Like, so it's kind of neat, you know?
That's cool, yeah.
So that adds a certain element. I think. I'm not sure what it would need. I think it'd be cool to be able to have like maybe not a whole server to yourself, but to be able to like if you had like 8 people to be like, okay, you get that boat, we get this boat, like, or we can do a galleon and a brig, and I know you can do alliances in game. I guess just ways to get other friends on other boats in the same server, and maybe there is one, and I just don't know.
I remember when I was playing. a lot of the islands felt very similar. Like, obviously, you're in like a Caribbean kind of environment. It's very tropical.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it could use a little more variety in that?
Sure. I mean, like adding like a Viking, like frozen north kind of an area would be neat. They added the Ashen thing a while back, which is like there are like volcanoes and stuff, and the islands look all dark and scary. These underwater areas look pretty different. They're pretty crazy.
This. I was just thinking, I'm like, man, it would be cool if there's an underwater something.
So that was the two things that we did, like the treasury thing, and so that looks like it's kind of like a reef with like ancient castles kind of stuff.
That's sick. You like swim down there and stuff. That's awesome.
And the lost shipments are really cool. Also a good way to earn money quickly without having to do like forts, because we're not great at combat.
Well, the combat's like whatever in that game.
It's tighter than it used to be, I think, but like it's pretty whatever. There are some people who are just like gods at it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But and lost shipments are cool. You have to like kind of look at. They're just like, here's the map. The ship left from here, and it was supposed to go here, and it never got there. So you just have to like follow their intended course and like find clues.
That's fun. Yeah,
it's neat. And then you end up finding their shipwreck and like getting a bunch of their stuff. It's really neat.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. What?
Might be related to a plot point and something we might talk about a little bit later.
Maybe a little bit later.
What the hell are you talking about?
Bloodborne 2 leaks. We got them.
Bloodborne 2. Anyway, I don't know. Sea of Thieves.
Damn, I was about to ask you something and I totally forgot. No. That's fine. God, what was it?
Yeah, like zone.
Oh, I thought about it. One thing I wish this game had that I always remember is all the islands feel very empty. Well, like the towns, I guess. There's like a few NPCs. I was like, man, it'd be really sick if there's like a settlement that had a ton of NPCs, or it felt like a bustling port almost.
Pirate Village is
I was like kind of hoping they would do that at some point.
I think it'd be cool if they did that too.
Like
I
know,
Tortuga,
Yeah, I know they want like the players to fill it, but I wish you could go somewhere and it felt like a real bustling area.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That'd be neat.
But yeah,
I agree.
I think it's a really sick game. I really do like Sea of Thieves, and I wish I played it more.
I love it. Like it's really cozy, and it occupies a really nice place for me in gaming, where it's just like, yeah, sure, every year or something I'll dip back in.
Yeah, you hop in, hop out.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Splash around, get sick of it, and then
is all that content they add like free?
Yeah, so everything is free. The Plunder Pass is optional. This Plunder Pass has like a kind of a viney, like jungle theme skin that you get for your ship, which if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. So it's like, you don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
You know, you get some more coins and whatever. But by and large, yeah, it's just the aesthetic stuff. So yeah, I definitely paid $26 for like a cool, like star theme for the ship.
$26 for a ship? I guess. No, I mean, you can spend your money how you want.
They got me on that.
I'm just like, that seems like expensive at first, but I'm like, I guess it's kind of standard for microtransaction skins.
And it's like each item, I did it in a dumb way. I should have just bought the whole thing, which would have been like $24.
You bought it piecemeal?
I bought it piecemeal because I was like, well, I don't need that. And then I ended up buying everything else anyway.
I mean, if you're enjoying the game.
But it does a cool thing where it's like it parallaxes and the stars move behind it, like
that
Nebula or whatever from...
That is cool.
From A-Force. Anyway, I love that.
I always think this game's free to play, but it's not.
I mean, it's on Game Pass.
Quote unquote.
If you have Game Pass, incredible value.
Free with Game
TM.
Pass subscription.
Yeah, free with Game Pass. But yeah, you have to buy it.
Okay.
I believe. Actually, wait. No, it may have gone free to play for everybody along with the Plunder Pass thing.
Interesting.
I could
do a quick check on that.
Yeah, I'll check. I don't recall if that happened.
Delete your comment.
Sea of Thieves, free to play.
Check it out.
And I'll send you to a clone game.
Yeah.
Free to play.
When was the last time you played this game, Damiani?
It's been a while. It's like something we did. But
I know. That was like the last time I remember playing too.
Yeah.
Because I remember you bought Isla like a pet. I don't remember what you bought.
I have the bird.
Yeah, you bought a bird. You're like, I just spent $15. We're like, what?
It is not
free to play. Okay.
Free to play, apparently.
Just curious.
But it's free if you have Game Pass.
Free with Game Pass subscription.
Free, included with Game Pass.
Quote unquote free if you pay for Game Pass.
Yeah. Sea Thieves is a damn good time. I'm really happy this game
Pass
turned around.
is worth
yeah.
it. Game Pass is worth it.
Yeah, sure.
Like
totally
PC
be.
or Xbox or Ultimate or whatever.
I didn't have it for a while, but then like I got 4 months for like $4. I was like, fine,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I got when PC started, I got it for like $1 a month for like 2 years or some crazy thing, and I was like,
wow,
well,
that's a
okay,
long
like,
time.
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because it was in beta.
They gotta sort out their PC issues though, Damiani, for
Yeah, they
your
do.
storage,
They do.
so you can download the game.
Go back to using my hard drive again.
Yeah, because you don't have an Xbox either, right?
No.
Yeah.
You don't have an Xbox?
I have an Xbox 360.
Nice.
Well, it's like you don't need one that really, because like everything's on PC.
Yeah.
But
It's,
I'm
yeah, you
happy I
gotta
finally got an
gotta
X.
yeah, I have one too.
Yeah.
I use my X more than my PS5 by like triple, which I'm
Oh,
kinda
really?
surprised
Interesting.
by. I like barely use my PS5.
It's like the other way around for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used it for Elden Ring, and then before that was like Returnal.
I just played straight on PS5, so
I have it on
Oh,
PS5.
right.
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I
actually-
played OFK on it.
yeah.
That's right. Next game, I just reviewed this. The review came out today. That is Thymesia, which... Hold on, I gotta write this time code before I forget.
Time code.
Quick, dirty explanation is this game is Bloodborne mixed with Sekiro, kind of, but not nearly as good.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me preface this. I don't think any Souls-like game has ever come close to From Software in quality, so just keep that in mind
Not in my
when I'm
experience.
talking about this game. But it is a good game that I had a good time playing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's you pretty much, the entire game when I was playing this, I was like, they played Bloodborne and they saw Eileen and they're like, let's make you this character pretty much.
Well, I love that.
And it's like, yeah, the game you have a saber and like an offhand parry dagger. It's like
Okay.
your main weapons
Sure.
the whole game. But it's a good game. I will say just right off the bat too, the levels are laid out kind of like Demon Souls almost.
Okay.
Where you
Okay,
pick a
yeah.
stage.
Like a hub world or
There is a hub. I was like, oh, this is like the Hunter's Dream, also kind of thing like that.
yeah,
A lot of
okay.
time I was playing this game, I was like, oh, this is like Bloodborne, but it's like, sure, like if you're gonna take inspiration from a game, that's a pretty damn good take inspiration from. But yes, you go to this hub, you talk to like a maiden kind of character, and you select your stage. But there's usually only one main track for the whole stage. So you know, in Demon Souls, there's like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. This isn't really like that. It's just kind of like one level. You beat that level, then there's sub quests that you could do, which take you to. You do like a different task, and they're like one of them's like, you know, kill all these guys in here, but it might take you to a little different area,
okay.
some extra part of the level,
But it's
but
to
not.
encourage replaying the level again.
It's not necessarily the whole level. It's just a part of it,
Okay.
and they might add a new part to it though.
Oh, okay.
All right. So some constraints there. Don't have the
Yeah,
the resources
definitely.
to
This is
craft,
the
like, big,
this is
giant
this
worlds.
the
Yeah.
team. I forgot their name. It's their first game, so
Okay.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's pretty ambitious.
That
I'd
was
say,
my
for
number one
first
question.
game.
Seeing all the footage, everything looked very like corridors, like or
Yes,
like,
it is.
I was like, yeah, is this like
It's very corridor.
open, or is it like
No.
more level? And you
It's
just answered that.
it's very like more linear levels. Like you go through the stage, there's shortcuts and stuff like that, and some hidden routes to find, but it's nothing like special. It's fine though.
Does it feel good to
Yeah,
play?
it does. I think that's one of the
Okay.
good things about this game. Is the
'cause
combat.
that's like the most important.
The combat feels good. I wish I mentioned this in the review. I forgot to. The audio I think is pretty good too. When
Oh,
you like
cool.
clash blades or you like land like a certain sound effect, it sounds pretty damn good.
Compare it to like Mortal Shell. Is it?
This is game to me is this year's Mortal Shell.
Okay.
Okay.
It's this year's Mortal Shell. That same kind of quality, like
Because Mortal
level.
Shell, I liked but didn't finish. You know, it
I
was
could
like
see
one
that
of those
you.
for me.
I could see this for you also.
Okay. Okay.
Because I feel like with you, a lot of times, if it's not a From Souls-like, you're like, I'm not going to finish it. Maybe you'll play a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You'll have some fun, but you're like, I'm just not going to finish it.
What is it that Huber always says that I say? It's like, I get the idea.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah. You know, sometimes that's enough. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you can just
Nothing
play
wrong with
however
that.
much you want. But yeah, the combat's good. Oh, wait, go ahead.
Yeah, bosses.
Bosses, so there's some cool ones, mainly some like kind of duels. Like the first boss in the game is like some circus freak dude with like a mask, and he has a cane, and you kind of fight in an arena. It's really fast, the gameplay, so that
That's
you would
good.
like that. It's
Yeah,
like
I like
quick,
that.
a lot of parries, stuff like that, quick
okay.
movement. It's good. There's some bosses like it. There's like a giant worm boss. Like I respect what they're going for, but I'm just like, meh. Okay. I'm not really into
Worm
it.
bosses are tough, I feel like.
It is. They they put like AoE markers down Damiani kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
AoE
like
markers.
stuff falls from like the
What
ceiling.
the hell?
Uh-oh.
So you can like see.
In a Souls-like?
It's just for that fight, as far as I recall.
Weird.
But
What was
Just for
the
one
name of the
fight?
enemy in Elden Ring? Like they're like kind of like worm-like, but they have like legs and stuff and like
the snake dudes?
Yeah, they can curl up and then they can like roll. They don't look like snakes. They're like kind of like fuzzy though.
Fuzzy.
There's like multiple of them. Like one of them like has like fire. One of them's like electricity.
Oh, the undead dragons.
Yeah.
Oh.
The decaying dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Took me a minute, Damiani.
Sorry,
I was like, what
I
the
can't remember
hell
the
are
name
you
of it,
talking
but like
about?
they move kind of like
Yeah,
worms,
they're like
they're
worms.
slithering and like they like
Because their
roll
arms are like
around and
broken
stuff.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's probably like a good way to do it. But like if you have to do like they go underground and stuff, that's when it gets kind of
It goes like
wonky.
you have to kind of wait for opportunities to hit it. You can't just hit it whenever. It's like you gotta wait for it to do this and this, then you can go in and do some damage, kind of thing like that.
Which survival horror game has a worm boss where they
Resident
like
Evil
come out
3?
of pipes? It might be.
Oh.
No, I'm thinking of Silent Hill 3, maybe.
It's something I played because I remember this part, and one of you or Huber were telling me how to do it or something. They're coming out of like, yeah.
Must have been 2 then?
Yeah, it's either 2 or it's Resident Evil 3. It's one of the 2.
Resident Evil 3 has grave.
Because Huber was like, all right, dude, this is the last.
Gravedigger?
It was definitely Resident Evil 3 because Huber was
What
like,
am I
this is the last
thinking
one.
of?
You got this, Damiani. And
Yeah.
In like a pit, and there are like
I
sewer
botched
holes, and they come out of different ones. That's what I'm thinking of. Tell Brad in the comments.
Yeah.
Or tweet at me.
Yeah, tweet at her, not me.
Yeah, tweet at me.
All right. So you said it plays well.
Uh-huh.
Interesting bosses. What about like builds? Do they lean into that pretty heavily?
So, okay.
Or is it pretty limited?
You can level up and there's a talent tree. You have 3 stats. There's one that focuses on health, one that focuses around your saber. Before we get in, I have to explain how the combat works in this game. The kind of unique aspect is how it handles, how you kill enemies essentially. They have one like health bar, a total health bar, and they also have a wounds bar. So your saber does more damage to their total health, and you have a claw attack, which is like your R2 or your left trigger or right trigger. But you hit a guy, and their health will go down, but you'll see a green bar. And if you don't hit him quickly enough or keep hitting him, it'll slowly fill back up.
Okay.
But if you hit him with your claw, it'll take away that total amount. So you have to do damage to like their health.
I see.
There's 2 health bars that you have to get rid of, and you switch between your saber and your claw attacks.
Hence your comparison of Bloodborne and Sekiro.
Yes, kind of. Yeah. You break it down, so you're going to be mixing these in between a lot. So that's how that works. One of the stats is health, one of the one's focused on your saber more, and one of them's focused on your claw attacks more. So you do that, but then there's the talent tree, and you get talents up to level 25, I believe. So you can't fill up your talent tree all the way.
Okay.
And what's cool about it, I guess, though, is there's a lot of stuff you won't be able to fill up, and there's certain things you have to make choices about. So there's like a tree focused around your deflecting. You can go down a tree and get like, hey, I want wider parry windows, but I'll deal less parry damage to them. Or you could be like, yo, I just want more parry damage, but I won't have those wider windows. So you have to like pick between one of those.
That's cool.
But you can respec any time you want with like it doesn't like cost you anything. So you're like, I'm at this specific boss, so I want to do this kind of build around it. I didn't really have to do that though that much, but you can if you want to try different things out, so you don't feel like stressed about picking something.
But in terms of like your weapons, like you're talking about like the claw, the dagger, and the saber, like you don't go like a magic build where you're like all of a sudden you're like just casting from range or something.
You're always going to have the saber the entire game, and you're going to have your claw the entire game. You could do there's 2 different forms of claw attack. There's like a quick one where you can do like a bunch of hits, but the one I used is that it would close the gap a little and you do like 2 slices. Okay. I used that one more just so I could get to enemies easier, and I feel like it was just much better overall. But this game has a system called plague weapons. So they're essentially like sub-weapons, I would say. You can equip one plague weapon. You get these plague weapons by killing enemy types. So there's like a guy with a great sword. You kill him, you'll get a shard, you'll unlock the plague weapon. You have an energy bar, you spend it, you push like square, and you'll do the attack. You do like a great sword attack, or there's like a scythe, or there's like a spear. You essentially just throw them in every now and then, but it's not your main thing.
Okay.
But, like I said, you have to have spirit, which you can get by killing guys and just hitting them. So you incorporate them every now and then, which is fun. I feel like there's like quite a few weapons to choose from, so you could like gravitate towards one. I gravitated to the greatsword because broke their poise and knocked them over. I was like, well, I'm going to use this the entire game, and I pretty much did.
All right.
But there's a lot to choose from. But one cool thing is if you do your claw attack, you can charge your claw, and you'll run into them and steal their attack. So you get like a 1 free plague attack. So you can like absorb their weapon type and get 1 attack. And so if a guy's a hammer, I can hold R2, grab him, and I'll get a hammer attack 1.
It's like temporary
cool.
blue mage.
Yeah, it's like temporary spell kind of thing. You get like 1 charge of it. So you could just experiment with that.
Yeah.
You can upgrade these 2 by killing enemies with that weapon type to like increase the damage or maybe 1 extra attack. Stuff like that. But
do you have to parry like Sekiro, or can you just dodge?
I would say if you learn to parry, you're gonna have a much easier time with this game.
Okay,
much
it's not
easier
like
time.
Sekiro where you literally have to.
No, but I feel like you should.
Okay.
I played it for a little bit, then I got to the first boss, and I was like, oh shit, I better really focus on parrying.
Okay,
And it
okay.
really helped, because when you parry, it does damage to them also.
Oh, okay.
And some of these bosses are pretty, like, hyper.
Okay.
So it's like, yo, you're going to be blocking some pretty long combos.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But it feels good landing those parries. I enjoyed landing them.
What about
That's
you talked about like there's side quests that like side objectives that bring you back to parts of levels.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any of like the kind of like cryptic traditional side quest structure that you find like Souls games, or is that
You
like just not
can
present?
find some items and bring them. There's like 2 NPCs you can bring items to in the game, and they'll give you a little lore about some stuff, and they'll give you like an item. That's about it.
Okay.
At least that I have found.
There are a lot of NPCs in the game
No.
in general? Okay.
No, there's like 2.
Okay.
There's like 2 the entire game. It's not a very long game.
Okay.
I beat it, I think, in like 9 hours, a little over 9 hours.
Okay.
But there's multiple endings and stuff.
How much is it?
I think it's going to be like 30.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly
seems
how much
about
it is.
right. Is there character customization at all?
No, you're a specific character,
Oh.
but you just wear like a plague doctor outfit. So
Okay.
you're this one character. They don't talk or anything like that, though.
Oh, okay.
But the variety of the environments, because I saw from what I
There's
saw
some
in the
decent.
trailer.
There's
yeah.
like it's just some decent environment. Like you got like a sickly village. Your Yarnum kind of looking vibe.
Classic, yeah.
They have like a weird I would say it's like a really plague infested Ewok village with like a circus mixed in. Is like one of the first
Is it
main
up in the
zones.
trees?
Yes. That's
I
like the
love
first
a tree
main
village,
zone.
dude. I love a tree
saw
village.
some looks like a library with like blood.
Yeah, there's
or
like
something.
there's like a library with like blood on the floor. Yeah, there's
Your
stuff like that.
standard
Like it's like a
blood
garden
library,
kind of thing
yeah.
like that. There's not that many levels, obviously, because that's like 9 hours. But I was like, okay, it's fine enough.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's cool. Like if I would recommend this to people that enjoy Souls games, like don't expect From Software levels
Yeah, yeah.
ever from anything except them. Don't expect
Yeah,
that.
nobody can do it.
But it's a good
I
time.
don't know why, but nobody seems to be able to.
Yeah, I did run into quite a few NPCs or enemies that just like froze out and bugged out and didn't do anything.
Okay.
Like at least 4 I ran into, maybe more. That just
Pre-release,
kind of
though,
stood there.
might be
It
a
was
day one
pre-release,
patch,
so yeah. I'm just saying that's what I ran into, and one time I think the game crashed for me. But the pre-release, who knows? It wasn't that bad though. But I just definitely noticed it. It's a good time. I enjoyed it. It's like I think about playing it again maybe sometime. But I had a good time playing it. But just be aware what you're getting into. Just be aware. But
Will it be on Game Pass?
no, I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's day one on there. But if you like Souls games, like if you like, what was the last game you just brought up earlier? Not Lords of the Fallen.
Mortal Shell?
Mortal Shell. If you like Mortal Shell, like that kind of, you're okay with games on that kind of level, you'll have a good time with this.
Is this better or worse than Dolmen?
I didn't play Dolmen, but it looks much better than Dolmen. I will say I enjoyed this game
Probably
more than
better.
Mortal Shell,
Yeah.
and I like Mortal Shell.
Yeah. Mortal Shell, I enjoyed the world. The combat just felt too heavy for me.
This is not a heavy game. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a very
Yeah, I
fast
love
game. So if you
speed.
love speed, yeah, it has a much more speedy approach.
Woo!
But it's good. I had a good time. Check it out. All right, Isla, you've never been on the show for this segment. This is called Sort It Out! The whole segment, Isla, is about something that annoys you in the game industry that you're like, needs to get sorted out. Anyway,
I abstain.
could be a gameplay mechanic, just some game release thing, how a company handles something. Yeah, pick something. Pressure's on.
I just have to say something?
Yeah, just something. Anything that annoys you.
Fan bases.
Okay, that's fair.
Cool it.
Here, let's get
Stop
crazy.
being angry.
Which fan base annoys you the most? Most. Great. Sort it out, fan base. Tell me anything. Got anything this week? I know I asked you.
Yeah. Hinted at it a little bit earlier. Mergers.
Oh.
Company mergers. Get out of here.
You mean like acquisitions and stuff?
Yeah, acquisitions. Basically the acquisition trends.
They ain't going to stop.
They ain't going to stop, but it sucks.
We'll see if Sony acquires Square.
Yeah, that's what it'd be. Like, that's the one. Like,
Is this
when it
rumored?
happens.
Yeah, this has been a long time rumor.
Wow.
Yeah, just want the Japanese stuff.
I mean, yeah, since they don't really have studio, like there is no more like PlayStation Japan almost. There's like Team Asobi and that's about it.
Man.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of those weird PlayStation exclusives, it seems like, anymore. I guess indies just kind of took that spot.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna get Tokyo Jungle anymore. You ain't gonna get
Tokyo
Puppeteer.
Jungle, dude.
You ain't gonna get Puppeteer anymore.
Ooh.
The closest we'll get is Astrobot, I guess.
Astrobot
Sad.
loves PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a new one of those probably for sure soon with PSVR 2.
Oh yeah, I hope so. The
you're
first
right.
one was
Absolutely.
so
That's
good.
gonna be like a launch. That's gonna be a launch title. On that.
That is the launch title.
Yeah,
that's how you get it.
That is the launch title.
The PS5 one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, what was it called?
DualSense one?
Playroom.
Playroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool showcase for the DualSense.
Yeah.
Packed in. I love packing games, man.
A lot of
So
nods.
fun.
So many good
Packing
nods.
games.
Oh
in
my
there.
god, so many.
It's like Nods the game.
It made me wish Nintendo made something like that. But they haven't.
You wish.
Smash Brothers trophies were like the thing.
That, like, moved?
Then they got rid of them and got spirits. Fucking you know what? Spirits is my backup. Sort it out.
Oh man, spirits.
Smash spirits.
Jeez, dude.
I should clarify vitriolic fan bases.
Vitriol. Yeah, I mean.
Obviously, fan bases are good, but
Yeah, I mean.
harassing
there's always-
people on Twitter is not good.
Yeah, people get really invested about some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just cool it. It's all right. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Using bots to get, although it was hilarious, I think, but using bots to get Flash enters the Speed Force as like #1 cheerworthy moment in the Oscars. Pretty hilarious to me.
I don't understand.
Actually, that I kind of thought was good, but yeah, it was like so random and it was so clearly manipulated. It was like some moments that actually were like, yeah, that was a cheerworthy moment. I don't
Yeah.
remember the other ones. And then it was like some random moment from Dreamgirls and then 2 Zack Snyder things. It was
What?
like so clearly people just messing with like fucking with it, and like the hapless Oscars people just don't understand
They don't
technology
get-
or
like,
what it is
what?
to still be alive, and they're just like, oh, what's happening? Wow.
We brought this up earlier. We usually have Don chime in this, but he's out. He's gone.
Don's on vacay.
He's on vacay. Doing
Where?
something.
I don't know.
I know.
No clue.
I know.
I know where he is too.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. We all know.
Yeah, I do.
He's riding a jet ski right now.
Yeah.
He's practicing wave race in real life.
Yeah.
This is part of the show where we do our shout outs. We got some special shout outs we get out to some of our patrons. The shout out tier patron tier.
Yes.
This month's we got Jabbawabs, Elthanas, Greg TheDarkKnight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, and Anacrothe. Give me a Bloodborne shout out.
I mean, they would just go, shout out.
There you go.
That's-
behind a door.
Yeah.
That's a good one. The whisper.
Oh no, sorry. They would go, shout out.
Yeah, just a creepy laugh. Yeah. You're like, what does that mean?
Why are you laughing after saying that? What do you know that I don't?
Man, I want From Software to make a bustling town in some game. Instead
But
of
everyone
like,
is still like really subdued and laughs after everything they say, and you're like,
it's
why?
like
are you
everyone
laughing?
is sketch in every game. Like at
love
Roundtable
it.
Hold, even like the most wholesome people in that universe are sketch.
Yeah, dude. That's what's so great, though. You never know who
Like-
to trust.
Give me like a From Software Grand Soren. Just
Oh my god. The masterworks all. You can't go wrong.
Thank you. I don't know much about this next game, Isla. You've gotten to play some of it.
Yeah.
That is, We Are OFK. Tell me about this game.
So, if this episode is coming out after 9
is.
a.m.
It
on
is.
August 17th, I can talk about this.
You can.
I am right at the end of it, but I'm only allowed to talk about the first 2 episodes. There are 5 episodes. I think I'm allowed to say that. And
Check the email.
I'm looking at the
that was in
email.
the trailer I watched.
Yeah.
that's
So
public
you know
knowledge.
it's episodic. The first 2 episodes come out on August 18th. which is Friday, a couple of days from now as we're recording this, but right now or yesterday or tomorrow or whatever, if you're listening to this. Here's the deal. First off, full disclosure, my friend Teddy and a few of my other friends made this game. And frankly, I was pretty skeptical. From the trailers, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be for me. Like, it looked very twee, very, precious, And I've been pretty surprised. It's the writing is really good. The characters are good. I find myself pretty invested in the story. It's stressful, especially if you are an artist type living in LA, trying to network and schmooze with people who are more famous than you, and it nails that feeling. And there are so many analogs for people and places that are oh, I know what you're referencing. Oh, I know who this is. Oh, I know this is this company. Got it, cool, gotcha.
A very LA thing.
Well, that's the thing. It is so LA and so zillennial. It's millennial, Gen Z, edge. I thought from the trailers it was going to be very Gen Z. And it is, but it's a little more millennial than I thought it would be. But yeah, these characters are very online. They're very artsy Gen Z millennial types,
Are they annoying?
That's my thing is I could easily see people being very annoyed by this game.
That makes it feel very real.
Right, but it's kind of funny because it's okay, as a member of a queer culture in LA where most of my friends are gay and everyone I know works in games or music or art, film or art, and and half of the people, I've got a bunch of friends who work at Riot or these other companies that are analoged in this game, and so I'm just yeah, this feels pretty accurate. This feels like
right on target,
how
baby.
People talk and
hey,
how
that's impressive.
Right, and it made it really, really stressful for me, especially because I want to try to get into music stuff more and more too. I'm working on a music studio right now for myself, and so it was making me so stressed out, but which is good. That's a compliment to the writing. So yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised, and when someone who's making a game, and you're okay, geez, I hope this doesn't suck because I know this person, and it's
that's gotta be a weird situation, right?
It is definitely, and also I have no idea how people are gonna respond to this game. I've been enjoying it. I could see people. I think this is a game that'd be pretty damn easy to dunk on if you want to, and I could see people being uncharitable to this, but I also think that it is a game that is very for the people it is for better and worse. If you're an LA native, you're going to get a lot of this, especially if you work in games or art or music. You're going to be yeah, this is what it's like for sure. If you're queer at all, there's definitely great representation in this for you, but I could see people thinking it would be annoying, how often characters text about being gay or whatever. And it's no, that's pretty accurate. You talk about it a lot, and that's just how it is. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it could be
Could be divisive.
It'll make people feel super seen if they are represented in it, and it'll make people who don't have an inroad be what the fuck? That wasn't a voice of anybody, but
Will Huber like this?
Yeah, it's I think Huber will love it. It's very emotional, and the characters are well written, and the stakes are good. It's graphically interesting. It took me a little bit to get used to the style. The animations are pretty minimal and the backgrounds are pretty minimal. But all of that is done, I think, on purpose to accentuate the writing and the characters. And the music is good, thankfully.
Yeah, how many? Do they have quite a lot of songs in it? Original songs?
Yeah. The soundtrack is original, done by the score is original, done by Omniboy, and then there's a track of an episode basically.
Okay.
So far, I mean, I haven't quite finished it yet.
I was going to ask you about that because in the trailer they talked about like each episode has a interactive music video or something. I'm like curious.
Important disclaimer, yes. This because my girlfriend Sophia's mom is staying with us right now, and she was watching me play part of it, which is okay based on the embargo. They were like, play with your friends and family. It's great that way. And I was like, okay, cool. They can see this. But like, you know, her mom doesn't play video games, is from Norway, you know, and I had to be like, it's more of an interactive TV show than a game, because she was like, you're not doing anything. And I was like, yeah, it's just a show. It's a TV show where you sometimes click OK on a text message.
I was going to ask you like what the gameplay is of this game. And
so it's by and large, I would say an even less interactive version of like As Dusk Falls or The Quarry or something like that. It's like
you're not like moving around or anything.
No,
you're just kind of picking choices, like responding to things.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, mostly you're like choosing which of 3 responses to say to a text message, or like picking which of 2 thoughts to go with when you're saying, and which is cute because a lot of times it'll be like, it'll say like the character's inner thought, which is like, screw this guy, God, I hate him, you know, and then they'll say like, well, you know, I disagree with that. You know, it's like, so that's kind of cute. Basically, that's 90% of what you do. And then in the episode, there'll be an interactive music video for basically the song for like the EP or whatever. And that one has more mechanics where you're like moving around and doing stuff. Which, yeah. And like, again, it's pretty simplistic. The graphics are pretty simplistic. The movement is not like super tight or anything. I could see people nitpicking on that, which whatever. Either way, it's not really for that though. It really is just like, it's somewhere between like a Netflix interactive TV show where it's like literally just choices.
Okay.
Except you're not branching nearly as much as that. It's a linear narrative. You're watching a TV show and sometimes you click a text option.
Definitely not for me.
Definitely not for you, no.
But
Huber will like it.
It sounds like, yeah, if you're into those kind of games, like, this could be good.
Yeah, and like what's interesting is like to the extent that like it's a TV show, the episodes tell you how long they are.
Oh,
that's
like in the menu, it'll say like episode 1, 54 minutes or whatever.
Oh, okay, interesting.
That's cool.
And like each one shows, and like you can see when I had it, I've got like half of the last episode left, and like so I could see how long every episode was going to be, and so I was like, oh, I can just plan out when to play this.
Can you get off on a technicality? You said like because you send messages.
You could let it pause.
Does it like does it give you like does it eventually auto select if you take too long?
There are some settings which is nice. You can set obviously subtitles and like speakers on or off, like showing who's talking. But you can set unlimited choice timer or a 10-second choice timer. But that only applies to the thoughts. Replying to a text doesn't seem to have a timer at all. Okay. Even when I have it, I have it set to 10 seconds. Well, the game just won't continue though.
Yeah, like you ghost them.
You just leave them there.
It'll just sit there forever. Like you won't get to keep doing anything though, because it like you have to choose an option, you know. So yeah, I would say it's a really unique game or a unique show.
Sure.
With gameplay elements. It's kind of different from a lot of different things. Like it's Sayonara Wild Hearts meets that Black Mirror Netflix thing.
Oh. Okay.
Not in content, just in like what it is.
But you've been enjoying it.
Yes, more than I thought I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing those trailers. I wasn't sold on this game because I'm just not into games like this. But
I think the trailers.
You seemed more sold on it now.
Yeah, I was
after playing it.
I was pretty skeptical, and again, like I know the people who made it, you know, and so like I want to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I want to support my friends, obviously, but like that doesn't give them a free pass,
right?
You know, and also like I was fully. My guess for what it was gonna be was like, okay, this is cute, but not for me. Like it's like very for Gen Z or whatever, which is the impression I got from the trailer. And that would be fine, you know, like something could be great and just not for you and like whatever. And I think this is very, very much will be the case for this game for a lot of people. But it turned out to be for me, and I'm enjoying the story so far.
Cool.
And I mean, classic reviewers, like, I'm not reviewing it technically, but I got to play it early. I have no idea what other people are going to think of this. Like,
yeah, so it's like being a reviewer.
Yeah, it could be like,
I don't know what the hell
I don't
anyone's
know.
gonna
Yeah,
do.
like maybe some people will be like offended by it for some reason, or like some weird thing will happen, and like I don't know, or people will just hate the way the animations look. But
yeah, sure.
I was sucked in by the characters and the writing, and the story is interesting to me so far. It's very slice of life and pretty slow paced.
Yeah.
So I think one thing I'm very curious about is, since it's going to be a weekly or whatever release, after the first two.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, okay. So like I don't remember exactly how the frequency, but it's not too much, but it's like I think maybe one a week after the first two. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. Pretty sure I'm allowed to say that. But the first two episodes, the hook is pretty soft. Like nothing, like the characters are there and happening, but some of the characters are actually kind of like irritating because like,
okay.
And like my friend Teddy's character, you know, I'm just like, man, your character's kind of flaky and annoying right now. But like characters in the game comment on that too, so it's on purpose.
Yeah, say that's,
you know.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird. I'm curious to see if people will like, how many people will drop off after the first two episodes and not come back. I don't know the pricing structure. I assume you buy the whole thing and just get it all, and like you just have to wait. I'm not sure though. I don't think I even have that information. But like, I wonder how many people will drop off after the first two episodes.
Yeah, you never know with episodic games.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty chill.
Cool. I'm glad you liked it.
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
We'll see what people think of it.
Recommend to Huber.
Yeah, I'm curious what Huber will think of it. I think that he will like the bonds.
He loves those bonds.
Yeah.
He sure does.
Yeah.
Damiani. Me and Huber did a spoiler mode on this when it came out, but this recently hit Netflix, so a lot of people have been watching it.
Yep, finally got to check it out.
And that is the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg as
Sully.
Sully.
Talk to me about this, Damiani.
So, yeah, I never had high expectations for an Uncharted film.
Right.
I was expecting, man, if you could just like be anywhere close to like National Treasure, I'll probably have a good time with this. So like,
hell yeah.
To step back and rephrase expectations, I didn't give a shit if it was accurate to the games or not.
Right.
Like, I had no stake.
You played all the Uncharted
Oh yeah, I
games?
played all four.
Okay.
But it's been a while. I played 4 very late. Remember, I avoided like even like the Easter egg about the PlayStation spoiler forever.
Okay.
I played like a year after it came out. And I didn't play like 1 and 2 till like way later.
Okay.
Out. Yeah. 3 was probably the one I played closest to its actual release. But yeah, I knew the stories and stuff, and like I did appreciate some of the stuff being familiar in here. But like, I'm probably not the best person to recognize deviations, but the most obvious one was like just Nate and Sully, just the age discrepancy, their visual appearance. I was like, so I can understand why some fans would be like, man, I don't like how they look, like blah blah blah. Like that's always a big hurdle to get over, especially when you're doing live action.
Yeah.
For me, it was a little weird how just Tom Holland just looks so damn young.
Yeah, he's a very young Drake, it seems like.
It felt like watching Titanic with Leo next to Kate Winslet. It was like that age difference, like it just the visual appearance of it, like. But it went away after a while. And I mean, you know what? I like watching him. And yes, I've seen the criticism to say he's just being Spider-Man again. Like he's literally just playing Peter Parker, like the personality, but like with some like
he's a little more
mannerisms that are more like Drake, like a little bit more. I would say a little bit more mature. Yeah. It's like Spider-Man in 10 years.
Spider-Man, he's like a little more goofy as Spider-Man. For sure.
Not as much of the like. I mean,
he's
nerd.
Goofy, but not much of a nerd.
Yeah,
right.
They don't have a lot of that. Like a little bit more suave, or tries to be. Like he's a bartender,
right? And
he's doing the whole thing. And when he gets like shot down by like the rich girl from whatever Greenwich Village or whatever, it's like, where are you from? And it's like, oh, okay. But like you find out he's a thief. Yeah, and I kind of like that. Like he's just like doing his own thing and does like it makes it sound like he's kind of like a thief with honor, or at least some kind of moral compass where it's like, this person was an asshole to me. I'm gonna lift something, and like their daddy could buy him another one. Like it's not the end of the world. Yeah. And then you have like Sully comes in, and like Sully being the more you get to know Sully, the more I think you like just hate this guy.
He's just Mark Wahlberg.
It is just Mark Wahlberg. It's Mark Wahlberg is an asshole. It's like this dude does not care about anybody.
No,
it's like,
he's a thief.
Yeah, and it's like, man,
he's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it was like, okay, this is the dynamic. This movie's gonna be about everyone
Very
screwing each other over.
uneasy, yeah, like
Uneasy Alliance.
Yeah,
is what
the movie
came to my mind. So I do think character development was a little bit rushed.
Sure.
Especially between Nate and Sully.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I understand where some people are coming from, where they wish like that relationship they've had in the games. I think they got to that level by the end of the movie.
Yes, they did. The end.
And it's like, I wish that would have come a little bit sooner. Maybe like the halfway point would have been a nice thing, because it just feels like they move them along too much in their development. Like they're just kind of accepting. Mm-hmm. But man, I agree. Like Huber is telling me this too, and like I agree with it. Like the set pieces in this movie, the action set, piece, especially the finale.
The finale is high
sequence.
budge.
I mean, it's like something I thought would be like in a Pirates of the Caribbean film, like flying ships. And I'm like, dude, it's like kind of like Mario 3, like watching the airships. It's like, dude, it's like, this is cool. But like the plane sequence as well. Like I like how you start with
Uncharted
that.
3
The
plane
movies
sequence.
where you build up to what happened after this moment. We're gonna go back and show this.
Just like the Uncharted game.
Yeah, I liked individually as characters. I liked Chloe a lot. I liked Nate and Chloe's interactions a lot. It was pretty cool having Antonio Banderas as like the villain, like spoiled like man-child kind of guy. Like he's like, no, this is my inheritance. And
Mine.
like,
I deserve this.
And then like like it was a little cliche, like father, fine. Like, and then the villain.
Don't care about spoilers though. Don't give away the whole plot though.
Oh no, but that's the other character.
There's multiple villains.
The henchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I forgot.
Like Nate's rival. Like, you know they're not, like, on good terms. Like, the first time they encounter, they have, like, she's trying to steal the thing, and he's trying to steal it, and you know she's working for that. But, like, I like the individual characters a lot, and some interactions worked better than others, but the best thing about this, besides the set pieces, like, I did like the puzzle stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I had the puzzle
like,
stuff.
it wasn't quite... It was missing kind of a little bit more contextual stuff. This is what I talk about when they're rushing along. National Treasure loved to indulge in like the historical background of everything. Like whether it's Nicolas Cage just like spewing off all these random facts, whereas like when it's Nate or Sully, it'd be like a one-liner about something. Like, oh, I'm sure I know about this, but like we're not really going that in depth about it because I think they just wanted like to kind of hurry things along. Where maybe some people didn't like National Treasure because, man, they're really just talking about this history stuff and it's American history, man. Like, I'm bored out of my mind about this. A better balance could have been struck there, I think. But, like, they have something there with those puzzles. Like, how they're working game puzzles into, like, a narrative. They're action, like, chase sequence type things with a time limit because you always have to have the ticking time clock.
Time limit.
So it's like, have a mini one for a sequence, and that works so well to add to tension. I think I enjoyed it. Like, the amount of,
Me too.
dislikes I was seeing when it came out originally, I was like, oh man, is it just a bad movie?
Yeah.
Watch it, had it like great time. Loved the nods. I mean, the beginning with Sam and him, the flashback, showing that, but like flipping open the case with the little Naughty Dog sticker. I caught that.
Yeah, he caught that.
I caught the Nolan North cameo as well.
That?
I was like, that was a pretty
fun.
good cameo.
That was fun.
That was a good line they had for him, and then like dropping the Uncharted.
Yeah, he's like in it as a person.
It's just a
okay
cameo,
to say it.
Yeah, weird. It's fine.
So like they literally just fell out of the plane, like the action sequence falling out of the plane with the cargo. It's kind of like from the game. Yeah. They're walking out of the water in this tropical area, and then like they just happen to be next to like this posh resort. Like, oh, that's very convenient. So they're walking up to the beach. There's all these families playing and stuff, and they walk by a guy in like a lounge chair, and they just look, and he's like, "Hey, you kids okay or whatever?" Yeah. And then they explain what happens, and it's like Nolan North. It cuts them as Nolan North. He goes, "Yeah, like I did that before." Something like it's like,
yeah,
it
was fun. Yeah, I think this movie's. I had a good time with this movie. I mean, I didn't expect anything from it because it's a video game movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's amazing or anything, but I had a good time.
I think if they can, it seems like it did well enough financially that they could justify a sequel.
Dude.
I think they have the building blocks to do a better sequel.
Yeah.
I think now that they have built the relationship between Nate and Sully, that they can now lean a little bit more heavily into that and feel a little bit more of a natural dynamic there. And I think that's what people were wishing for in this film.
Okay, spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, there is like a post. I think it's post credits. There's like post credits. Whatever. They addressed my biggest concern with this movie is Mark Wahlberg not having the mustache. He gets it later. I was like, finally. And then I believe there's like some character references to Uncharted 1, characters like that. I think Huber was saying something to me about that.
Oh yeah, like I swear that guy who they're dealing with in post credits was from one of the games.
Yeah.
And then the big the thing they end on, like they're making their escape from that like encounter. And they run into somebody and like, who's that? And they don't show who it is. It's like, who's that gonna be?
Yeah.
And then obviously dropping a little nugget about like someone who you think might not be alive is still alive. It's like
shit,
like that. Love stuff like that. But I think they could. I think they could go for. Whereas like National. So for me, I was saying this before. I felt like National Treasure was a stronger film for its first entry. Same with like The Mummy. Like I think like The Mummy was one, and obviously,
dude, all time great.
Yeah. But like their sequels definitely dipped in quality.
Yeah.
I think The Mummy Returns wasn't as good. It's still fine, but
National Treasure 2 is pretty good. National Treasure 2 is pretty good. It's pretty good. Damiani.
It's not better than the first.
Great.
It's not
They're
better
both
than the
perfect
first.
in every way. And the TV show's gonna be perfect.
Okay.
Was that Nicolas Cage in it though?
Yeah.
I
they're
think
all back, except for not Sean Bean's
He'll
character.
probably show up, but he's not the main character.
Oh, okay.
in the TV
the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about the TV show.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Theoretically, they're all back for a theoretical third.
Theoretically.
That's cool.
Theoretically. But
The
getting
funny like sidekick guy is in the show. Confirmed.
I forget his name or whatever, but he's the one who like
Casey or
the
whatever.
daylight savings time reveal.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like his favorite moment.
See, that's in 2, you
See?
bastard. That's
in,
good.
Are you sure?
Pretty
I
sure.
thought it was in 1 with Sean Bean.
I think that's in 2. No, maybe it's in 1.
I thought it was in 1. That's the part where he's like, because they're like, oh no, it's closed. He's like,
You don't know this?
You don't know this?
Is this how I feel? This how you feel all the time?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know if I would have seen it in theaters.
Sure.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
if things were like completely normal when it came out, like I still don't think I would have seen it in theaters, but I definitely will check out the second one. It's not like this was so bad like I don't care about the
Right.
sequel.
Yeah. I've seen way worse video game adaptations.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Very excited for HBO's The Last of Us, since I'm one of the people who complains about playing that game. It's like,
you know
I would rather watch it. Here we go.
Sure. Well, there you go.
I'm ready to watch it.
The thing that gives me more confidence about that show, Damiani, is that Neil Druckmann's like heavily involved in the show.
So here's the thing.
It's in 1.
Okay. Thank you. I feel vindicated.
The true
Sorry,
fan.
everybody.
The exception is to this thing is literally the example you gave, because like they are storytellers.
Correct.
And, like, they are known for developing the story, but historically, game creators being involved in the projects doesn't necessarily mean they're good. Like,
Right.
Miyamoto being involved in the Mario movie didn't didn't do anything.
Mario doesn't really have a story, especially at that time.
Or Capcom team being involved in any of the even the CG stuff. It's like,
I just feel like Capcom doesn't give a
Super
shit.
Mario Bros. Movie?
No, I'm saying like
It's
I
not
don't
like
movie
the
is
game.
perfect
it's
in every way.
amazing now, but like it didn't do well
Yeah,
financially,
sure.
and like
Oh,
people
no,
would argue
yeah,
it's not
certainly.
like a good Mario movie. It's a good movie.
It's a great
of what
movie.
It's doing.
Bad
yeah.
Mario movie.
But like
Trust the fungus, Mario.
well, there's like a more recent example I forgot of, but like they've tried to do this, and like
Monster Hunter?
even
Resident Evil,
Resident
the
Evil.
newer Resident Evil movie.
yeah, new Resident Evil movies. I mean Pokemon.
Which wasn't
was
terrible.
not, I actually didn't.
Detective
think
Pokemon, but Detective Pikachu,
I think,
was good. I
fine,
liked
yeah.
it.
Still the best video game movie of all time is Wreck-It Ralph, but that's
I still haven't seen that.
It's Mortal Kombat 1.
it's Wreck-It Ralph. Mortal Kombat 1's really good,
Sonic 2 was okay.
but Sonic 1 and
Those are fine.
Sonic 1 and 2 are like they're enjoyable to watch, but like Wreck-It Ralph I think is actually like
Sure.
I would keep rewatching.
Didn't they make Wreck-It Ralph 2?
And Ralph
Yeah.
Breaks the Internet. It's not as good.
Killed the franchise.
Killed the franchise.
It was unnecessary. I mean,
Sure.
it had a few good things, but that thing aged worse because it was more about like internet fads around the year it came out.
Oh, no.
And it's like about like 5 or 6 years old now, or
Keyboard
whatever.
Cat in it?
That was one of the things.
Probably.
Like it was about
I love
like
Keyboard
early
Cat.
YouTube content creators getting big and getting like stuff, but like all the websites that were like the big websites, half of them don't exist anymore. Whereas like Wreck-It Ralph was time at like about arcades and stuff and like classic video games. Like that's
Wrong direction.
Yeah, wrong direction.
Whoops.
Yeah, they went the wrong way. But yeah, if you have Netflix, you know, just
what do you got to lose if you already got it?
I mean,
Free with Netflix.
Yeah, free with
Free,
Great
yes.
value.
Free if you're paying for Netflix.
Worth a watch, I'd say.
No, Disney Plus is the one that raised their price. They're raising their price to $3. Jeez.
They're all gonna raise.
Yeah,
their price.
They're all going up in price.
Inflation, baby.
They're all gonna merge and cancel each other out.
Disney's gonna buy everybody.
Yeah.
The way we won't be able to escape
They're gonna-
that mouse.
They're gonna do away with monopoly laws.
They're gonna buy out.
They're gonna buy out the
politicians.
U.S. government.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already have.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Uncharted, good time. Not
I gotta
not
watch
amazing,
it. I
but it's a
gotta
good
watch
time.
I'm trying to convince Sophia and her mom to watch Prey with me.
Just watch
nobody's
that.
interested.
Just watch that.
I'll watch that
I'm
too.
so
Had a good
stoked
time.
to watch it.
a good
Everyone,
time with
shut
it.
up. I want to watch
Okay.
it. Don't look at me.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
I want to, but Sophia's mom is in town with us, and they shouldn't like sci-fi.
She looks like sci-fi?
I mean, I don't know.
This
Although she did introduce me to a British show that I think Dawn would love called New Tricks. It's about like a bunch of old retired detectives,
Cool.
like police detectives, solving cold cases. So it's just a procedural.
New tricks.
It's pretty great.
Cool.
water.
The theme song is like, it's all right, it's okay, it don't matter if you're old and gray.
That's funny.
It's pretty dumb.
There's a lot of
I love it.
British mystery shows, I feel like.
Yeah, they really.
My parents have been watching those my entire life.
Yeah, Hulu's got a bunch of them.
Have you ever seen the show Mystery? Just Mystery?
Oh shit, yeah.
Dude, growing up, my parents
Yeah.
always watched that
Samesies.
show. Cool intro, I
Samesies.
remember
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the
I
day.
don't
Mystery was
think I've
good,
seen
dude. That was on
very
like
many, if
PBS, I
any,
think.
British shows. I haven't even seen Doctor Who. I haven't seen a single.
I have not
episode
seen
of
Doctor Who either.
I'm a few seasons. I stopped watching Doctor Who eventually, but yeah, I like Doctor Who a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Something about it, I'm just like, nah.
It's very what it is.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're in or
It is
you're
what
out,
it
I
is.
think, on Doctor Who.
This game I've been playing recently is Rogue Legacy 2.
Oh.
Damiani, I think you played this also
Shit,
somewhat.
yeah, I've got 4
Yeah.
of the bosses killed.
4 of the bosses, all right. That's pretty far. So I played a little bit of the first one, but I didn't really get super deep into it. But
I never beat any boss in the first one, but I played a lot of it. I was really bad at it.
this game is very, very good. I would say very good. I think I'm at the last boss right now.
Oh wow.
So I've played a lot of this game, and I'd say it's one of the best roguelites I've played for sure. I would put this like next to Hades probably in terms of quality. Hades is stronger in the narrative department, I would say,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but I like the gameplay of this a lot. I think the gameplay is super good,
So addictive.
so addictive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hubert told me you played this, but you stopped.
Oh yeah, because I started playing like other games
Okay.
and stuff. Like I only played it because Huber said it was goatee material. Don't sleep on it. And I was like, all right, well I'll try it out. And then I played it to the second boss. I'm like, yeah, Huber, like it's pretty good. Like I get it and stuff. Second zone was my least favorite though. Liked when I got past that. Like
It feels like a non-zone.
yeah, it's
Like,
like
long
It's
one?
different.
Yeah.
It's
I
different.
was like, yeah, I get past that and you get back to better zones. It's like that's fine.
I unlocked the warp in that part, and like I feel like I only had to go through there like twice,
Yeah.
and then you just skip it.
Yeah.
I
It was
just
weird.
I just love how like it does a great job, and no matter how far you get, like you come back, you build up your little like castle thing with
it
all
has
the
a
perks.
great sense of progression.
The ancestry,
best.
the lineage thing
Yeah.
for like your characters, like descendants get like inherit. I was like this.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
let's talk about like the whole shtick. You know, you go
Yeah.
through it, you go till you die, then you play as a descendant, but they all have like different classes that you can unlock and like weird quirks sometimes that are good, sometimes they're bad. Like
Yeah. The
one of the quirks is like it's not necessarily a bad or good thing, but like sometimes you get like bonus gold for having these, and one of them is like it's an old timey, so it looks like an old timey movie or something
Yeah,
like that, or it's like
those filters,
every time you get
yeah.
hit, the screen gets darker or just
yeah.
some weird shit like that.
weird, goofy stuff like that, but it's like the risk reward is good. By the way, it's all like medieval themed here.
Yeah, you're going in a castle pretty much the whole time.
diving in there, and just like the different, like just the gameplay wise, the build. Besides like the gimmicky stuff, like what you want to use. You want to like a sword or like bow and arrow. I mean, there's like some
chef baby all the way.
Oh, you like the chef the most?
Chef's my favorite.
And then like through the levels, you could technically trade those away.
You can hit projectiles back and you can heal,
but like that. The challenge things to get the new traversal abilities are really good.
Yes,
like those.
Go through the areas.
I like that those aren't too hard.
You get some Metroidvania
you just get them
ability.
the first time usually.
Yeah, they're not too hard. They're cool. So let's talk about like the upgrade tree. So many roguelikes, you go through a run, you die, you go back again, you maybe get some progress. This one, there's so much stuff you can unlock as you go up, like just really basic stuff like plus health, plus strength or something like that. But then there's like a new class. Here's the assassin class or something like that. Plays completely different. It's really good. It has a really good sense. We were talking about progression of where I don't feel like runs are that wasteful. Even like in the late game, I always feel like I'm kind of earning something the whole time, which is really nice.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think the flexibility to force, because like if you feel like you just want to get a little bit further, it's like, well, then invest in the health stuff, but like really I think investing in anything just like it just makes your next run go better. I think the only thing that can screw you over is if you choose a really bad build from your descendants and you're just not familiar with it yet, and it's like, oop, that really wasn't, early on I had a lot of runs that ended really quickly, like I'm not used to this, like I'll get better at this build, but like let's pick something a little bit more familiar with. There are a couple
of classes where I'm like the archers and gunslingers, I'm just like, the aiming is weird, like I'm just
gotta use the stick.
Not gonna do this.
So it's weird for me because I use the pad when I play.
Me too.
But then when I'm the archer and the gunslinger, and when I have to aim, I'm like, well, I gotta use the analog stick now.
Definitely.
I tried those once and I was like, nah.
But also like besides upgrading like your little like the castle thing, like the next screen is like the little port where you
you can like buy equipment.
And then like the thing, like if you have any like leftover gold, like a percentage of it is banked into like a depository. So like stuff like that, like it just feels...
And like literally all of that you can upgrade. Like you can upgrade everything. You can even upgrade the amount of upgrades you can do to earlier upgrades.
This game is very platform heavy too. Like especially later on, like some stuff gets really tricky where I'm like, damn, I didn't expect this.
The area I'm in where I kind of like timed out on the game because I started playing other stuff, like 5th zone, I think. It's like all jumping, and I'm just like, good lord.
Yeah.
This is insane.
I will say, like, the one thing I've been kind of surprised with I guess it depends on how much you explore, is like, I don't run into items to, like, pick between. Like, where you pick between 2 items for, like, a buff or something like that. Not as frequent as I thought it would be. But you kind of, I guess it's kind of like in your own paces, like, if you want to find that stuff, you kind of go out there. Because, like, if you get to a boss or something like that, I die on the boss, I just kind of beeline it to that boss. But it hasn't felt like where I needed a lot of these abilities to beat these bosses.
Have you been locking the castle when you find the boss?
I actually haven't locked it at all.
Yeah. I've used the lock like 3 or 4 times.
I've read it, but it's like, if you do that, you have to give a share of your gold. I'm like, I ain't giving you any gold. That's basically
for like...
I ain't giving you any gold.
If you get an easy route to the boss and are just trying to beat the boss...
Yeah, that is a nice thing like that. I appreciate that. I just don't use it because I feel like I could figure out where the boss is pretty easily a lot of times. Like, it's usually like up top or like in the right side of the map usually. So you can kind of find it, but...
Yeah. You kind of learn the unspoken rules of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, but man, this game is super addicting. There's been a lot of times where I'm just like, just another run. Go again.
Oh, for sure.
I look at my clock. I'm like, oh my god, I've been playing for like 2 hours. So just go again though.
It feels so good.
It does.
The platforming and combat are like perfect.
Yes, the combat and the platform I think are very excellent. Feel great.
Which is a Herculean achievement, I think, especially when you think about how many classes there are and how they made almost all of them feel great.
Yeah. They're pretty unique too, where they all feel different, where you're definitely like, I want to pick this one over another one.
And like some of the like the amount of I was marveling at the amount of programming and thought that had to go into this game, because like some of these inheritances or whatever, the like debilitations or whatever, that you'll get, like, it's like a 0.5% chance that you'll get something that like changes the entire game and how the entire game plays for just that character. And like there are a few of those that were like so complicated that must have been so complicated to program that I've seen once in playing for like 100 hours.
Well, there's like,
and I'm just like, what the hell?
I'm like at the end of the game, and there's still stuff I haven't even gotten yet.
And I'm just like, how did you program these?
A
How did
lot.
you balance all of these? How did you test these? It's bonkers.
Yeah, I think the balance is pretty good, especially
yeah.
because the harder traits you get that are like negatively impact you, you get more gold.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
incentivized, like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll just do a gold run or something like that. Like, I got one where I couldn't damage anybody,
Yeah.
but I got like 100% more gold or something
Yeah,
like that.
pacifist, yeah.
I was like, damn.
This is definitely one of those games though where it's like, it makes me want to see you or Huber or somebody playing it because like in the back of my head I'm always thinking like I'm probably upgrading all these things wrong and I'm probably not very good
I
at
don't
this
think
game.
there's any way to like upgrade it wrong. You know, it's just kind of around your playstyle.
I definitely like filled out the castle a lot and then like later in the game was like had to do a bunch of runs just focusing on like shoring up like equip weight and health and stuff
okay.
like, which I like basic stuff I should have done earlier.
I do like though on that it says like recommended
Yeah,
on some of
yeah.
the traits, so it kind of lets you know like, maybe you should
Like
do that.
rune weight is one that's
Yeah.
like that seems boring, and then it becomes very
Later on when
important.
you like,
Later, you're
start
like, oh my
understanding
god,
the game more,
okay.
you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, you're like, oh, I really, really want more of these.
yeah. There's like a story to this game, but I kind of really know what the hell's going on most of the time. Like
The story is surprisingly cute. Like the character interactions.
yeah,
in
like I read
Hubtown
some of
are,
the
like,
dialogue
really sweet.
is nice and stuff like that, but I don't know what's going on too much.
Yeah.
We had a comment from Stomps.
Stomps.
Stomps, we love Stomps.
Hey, Stomp.
They said, yo, I found the writing in Rogue Legacy 2 to be pretty jokey all the way through. Each character felt like comic relief. I don't mind it. And thought about it, added the breezy and fun nature of the game, or added to that. Do you think this was a good fit? Would you have preferred if the game had a more serious tone or higher stakes? No.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think
that was the right tone for this game.
the tone and works.
It's a very cartoony, jolly game like that.
Yeah. But yeah, every character is a joke character. Or like they're all like joking around. But they're all sweet and
But
nice
it's not like
too.
annoying jokes
Right.
so far. Rather
It's
than
not like Borderlands or whatever.
You want something heavier?
Meme Lands, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavier.
Which like, hey,
go
whatever,
Hades.
no shade.
Yeah, heavy, like,
Yeah, Hades is the serious version of.
yeah, Hades is playful too, but it is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
more,
It's not without
Yeah.
levity,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
I think
definitely more serious.
that exists
There's a
to
more
scratch that itch.
focus on that.
More emo.
angle.
This definitely feels like it needed to be more lighthearted.
Yeah.
In a great way.
Yeah.
Hades is great.
I do love Hades. One thing I like about this game, though, is you kind of just go to the areas that you want to. You can unlock a portal and go there. Not like
Yeah.
Hades, where I got to do this
Yeah.
whole run again, or I got to fight this damn Hydra
But
again.
what I loved about that is you unlock it. Like, and I didn't know that was even in the game, the like portaling thing.
Yeah, this
so like
pizza girl. who-
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so like you don't get her until like second or third
Yeah.
zone, and so it's just like I was mired in the first area for 20 hours before I even knew you could do that, and I was like, that's cool. That
Yeah.
like the progression is really good in this.
Yeah, it is. It is really good. Sick game. I highly recommend this game. I think it's excellent. It's super fun. What is this? PC, Xbox, no PlayStation though.
Suck
Sorry.
it.
Isla, I don't know
Hey.
anything about this show. The Sandman. I don't know what the hell the Sandman is.
Sandman is a comic book series written by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, I know
in
that
the
guy.
90s. Yeah, Neil Gaiman has done a lot of things. Neil Gaiman is wonderful. I was a big Sandman kid. I talked about this on Reaction Shots as well, so I'll just be brief. But like, I'm really enjoying the show. So I read books 1 through 9 as a kid. There are 13.
Whoa! Are they
Collections. They're collections of comics. So like,
okay.
that's probably like, I don't know, 100 something comic books like collected. You know,
Whatever. It's not that bad.
I actually just rebought all the books because Amazon has the collections of them now in 4 books that collect like 30 or something a piece. Mm-hmm. So it's books 1 through 13 of the old trades. My dad used to buy me one every Christmas, so that's how I would get through them. But I stopped at 9, I think. So I don't really know how the story ends. I've also listened to there are 2 audio plays, full production audio plays of the comics that they turned into audiobooks on Audible that are fucking amazing. And those
Do they do that for a lot of plays? Like audio versions of plays?
Well, I don't know about plays. Maybe they made audio plays out of the comic books, which is not super common.
Right.
Full cast, full sound effects, everything. It's pretty good. Music. It's great. I think Neil Gaiman does the narration in it. It's pretty jolly. The audiobook for Norse mythology that he wrote is also really good. But that's like the first, I want to say 6 books so far, maybe 4 or 5. Book 4 was always my favorite, Season of Mists. But the show is the first 3 books, I think.
Okay. What is this on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's like crushing.
Is it going to get canceled?
No, I don't think so. It's like their top show right now. And it's great.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I wonder if it'll get past that, because it seems like that's where everybody, like, Sandman like stalls out every time. At least it has for me. But no, it's really good. It's really good. I've been really enjoying it. I have 2 episodes left. We haven't finished it because Sophia's mom came to town, and she's sleeping in the TV room.
Oh, okay.
Which is just one of the 2 rooms in our apartment. But yeah, it's good. The casting is all really good. They did some recasting, which I really liked. I'm sure some people are upset about it because they're racist.
People?
No, they just like update it, because the comics were in the 90s, and even Neil Gaiman was like, a lot of it was.
Oh, I know what you
90s.
mean. Okay.
So it's like,
I thought they replaced people.
No. Well, they like changed genders on a couple of people, and like changed like a character that used to be white will be black now or whatever, just to try to get it more like, I don't know, well distributed and representative of the human race. But all the casting I thought has been really great. Like Death is really good. Lucien is really good. The guy they got for the Corinthian is like perfect. Everything about it, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it so far. And it's also, they somehow found a way, in my opinion, to balance the super 90s emo vibes of the Sandman. Because it is maximum 90s emo.
Okay.
Like goth, I guess, more.
The Crow.
It's similar to The Crow. I would say that this is in the same like wheelhouse as The Crow. At least the OG stuff.
Yeah.
This actually feels modernized and still relevant to the old source material. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. They even did what I assumed they would just cut out, because there's an arc in the books that's like so dark, and like the audio play, like I'm tough to phase. But like the audiobook part of this part was like hard to listen to because it was so disturbing. And they did it in the show, but they obviously toned it down a lot. But talking about the John D part in the cafe, for anyone who has knows Sandman, but they handled it and it was okay. So who knows?
Tell me the premise of this show. I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay, yeah, sure. I probably should have led with that. So there are these beings, I guess, called the Endless. They're like personifications of forces of nature, like death, or the main character is Dream.
Okay.
The Sandman,
Yeah.
And there's a few others like Destiny or Despair or Delight or whatever. Or not Delight, Desire. Whatever, Delight kind of, but Delirium, whatever. There's a lot, whatever. And there's like one missing guy and one missing one. But they're not like people, they're like personified forces of nature.
Right.
But they're not gods, they're like just endless forces. And it's kind of them. And they're all like, or at least Dream is like just kind of depressed and like really emo and goth and like, yeah,
very 90s,
but like it's also got a lot of heart and it's really nice and it's, I don't know, it's interesting. And so it kind of, the storytelling is really interesting, especially in the comics. There's not like, there is a through line story, but it's also like unconcerned with time necessarily. Like it'll jump around in time. It'll like, there are some characters who are just like around for millennia. Like obviously all of our main characters are like eternal. They've been around for billions of years. It's wild. I don't know. It's really cool.
How many episodes is this?
10.
10. He says the
9
first
or 10. 3
comics. Is that what you said?
Well, it gets tricky when you're talking about the comics because like I think of them as books, of which there were 13.
Okay.
But those were collections of comics of the trades or whatever. So I don't know. Okay. I think this is the first like 3 or 4 major arcs, like first 3 arcs.
Got it.
I guess, yeah. In anime terms, this is like the first 3 arcs.
Okay.
Because the fourth arc
makes sense
would
to
be
me.
Season of Mist, I think. So yeah, this is the first 3 arcs, I think.
This question is from Repti Scorpio. Hey, allies, on the subject of the Sandman adaptations, do you think the material would work better in the brisk style of Telltale's The Wolf Among Us or a more branching narrative like Disco Elysium? The material is so interesting, I'd love to see where other writers take the characters.
Damn. A video game of Sandman would be nuts.
Well, they said the magic thing for you, Disco Elysium.
Yeah. It's interesting because Sandman is interesting because the Sandman stories have been done over and over 3 or 4 different ways now, and I've ingested them in every one of those ways. So I think I'd be less interested in because the easy fit I think they nailed would be a Telltale style, just like we're doing the comics. Like here's book 1, here's book 2, here's book 3, 13 episodes, you're done, blah blah blah. Like that seems like the most direct way to do it. Mm-hmm. I would be more interested in something like exploring, going deeper into like one aspect of the storyline in like one time period or something in this world, like maybe a Constantine game, because that like Lucifer, Constantine, a bunch of other characters are like involved or branched off from Sandman, like DC Comics stuff. So like John Constantine, I believe, originated in Sandman, or I mean, at the very least, is in Sandman.
Oh, interesting.
I don't remember if that whole thing originated, but like that would be really cool. Like a Constantine game would be dope.
Killing demons?
Yeah,
Sure.
like somewhere between like a Sherlock Holmes style and with more action, like something like that would be really cool. Tough balance to strike.
They should get Keanu for it.
Yeah. Oh, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah, and then but like maybe Dream or Death or some of the Endless like get involved somehow. Like that would be cool. I'd be more interested in something like that than just like doing the books over again for the 3rd time. But that's just me.
I saw a picture of this show, just like a still, and it screamed preteen to me. Is that accurate?
No, certainly not as much as like First Kill or a CW show or something. This is definitely more for grown-ups.
Got it.
It's definitely, I mean, like fairly goth. This show I think is accessible to anyone. I think if you like fantasy stuff or like anything like that, I think you could get in on it. Yeah.
What about you, Damiani? Does this sound interesting to you?
I've been meaning to like check it out.
Okay.
Just like watch the first episode because I mean they've been promoting it so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
But like
I'd love to hear your opinion if you haven't had any experience.
no experience with it whatsoever.
Yeah. Because like, yeah, I know all these stories. Like I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing this.
Yeah, you're already
like,
in.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, there's Rose, cool. You know, like, so I'd love to hear what you think of it if you watch it.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I'm going to read this question. Hesperus84. Good day, allies. If you're granted eternal life, like death bestowed upon Hob Gadling thanks to Dream, or
Minor,
to
but
Dream,
it doesn't matter. It's
would you
not
agree to it or refuse it, and why? Especially given how Gadling experienced many ups and downs throughout the 600 years we've currently seen of his life.
I would absolutely take that.
You take
yes. Oh, in a heartbeat.
I
yeah.
would not take it.
Really? This is bananas to me. Like, I want nothing more than to live forever.
You want eternal life?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah. Do they like? Yeah, I don't know against spoilers, but if it's just like the act of making you live forever, but like, are they gonna be able to like enhance my brain and mind to deal with the concept of like living longer?
Don't know. I don't know how it works in
this character.
Yeah.
Are they just like vampires?
No,
like
it's I mean, those exist too, I think. But like, that's the cool thing about Sandman is like kind of it encompasses everything. But very minor spoilers. This is actually kind of they do it really well in the show. There's a character that they make a deal to like just not die, and it's kind of a bet between Death and Dream, because Dream thinks like he'll get sick of living. Like I guarantee it, he'll get sick of living.
Sure.
Because Dream was like, we've been around forever. What's the point of any of it? You know? Because Dream's an emo bastard. And yeah, so that's kind of the premise there. And like, thankfully for Hobbs' sake, they also like stop him from aging.
Yeah, I hope so.
I won't say any more than that, but it's a really cool what they do, and how they do it in the show is I loved it. It's one of my favorite little like story threads, like sub story threads, But yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat. I would love to. I would be similar to Hob, I think. Hopefully I would make some better choices in certain time periods than he did. He learns his lesson, but like he makes some missteps for sure. Gets involved in some stuff that is not good. But that's what's cool about Sandman is like that storyline and the Endless as well, especially Dream. Like they're neither good nor bad. All the characters are just kind of just like there. Sandman's kind of a bastard. Like
yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I meant to ask this question during Sea of Thieves, but we're going through our emails right now, so I'm just going to ask it right now.
Dang.
This is from Sekiro505. They said, hello, allies. Isla, I consider myself a fan of Sea of Thieves, but my biggest gripe of that game is the combat. It could be much better, and something that clicks would be great. For you, what is something that could be better for that game, and would consider playing Sea of Thieves again as a bi-weekly or bi-weekly thing since new content has come out? So will we play it bi-weekly? I guess the main question is, what would you add to make the game better? I guess we kind of talked about this a little
bit. But yeah, the combat is, I think it's serviceable. It's what it needs to be. I think they probably kept the combat simplistic so as not to make the game into like that. They want it to be more about exploration and like sailing.
Yeah. You don't gotta get like too crazy with it.
Yeah.
I think
it's hard to do sword combat in first person.
Yeah, I brought up the combat earlier, and I think I'd count this as combat is like the ship battles. To me, that's part of the combat.
The ship battles, I think, are pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of fun.
Them.
Like repairing the ship, loading camera. I think that's really sick. Like throwing fire on the ship. But like, I guess, ground, sword to hand combat's like not amazing, but
yeah, it's I don't know how else you would fix it really, especially when you have
it is first
crossplay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how you'd fix it.
Maybe more weapon types. As far as I'm aware, there's like the pistol and like a sniper rifle and just one sword, right?
And a sword,
that's it. Maybe if they added a couple different weapons,
maybe
something. I don't know. They have do they have grenades? I can't remember.
Yeah, there are throwables. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a kind of a explosive like little ball bearing one and then a fire one.
Yeah. Damiani, is there anything you think that game could use?
They added fireworks.
That would get you hyped.
The town. I mean, what you already talked about, but like just like having bigger towns, like more things to like do in them would probably be good. Is everything still first person? Do they ever add a third person mode to this?
I think only if you like dance or emotes.
They have a lot of places you can sit now, where you can sit on the map table while someone is reading a map, and like you'll be like sitting in the corner, and like you'll see them sitting there, and then the camera will go through.
Gotcha. I mean, they just had a full third.
I think if you could see
because
like I want to see my character in that game. Wearing crazy pirate gear.
I wonder if that would like. They probably have balanced a lot of the gameplay for first person,
I'm sure it'd be
like
a very
platforming and stuff.
Tough task, but it's like I don't feel like combat's like it would change that much.
And if everyone can do it,
you can just like if you're shooting, you just aim third person, Resident Evil style or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Resident Evil's adding third person to their game, so who the hell knows?
That's gonna be so much fun.
I have no idea. Okay, this next question is from Raul Misao.
Hi,
allies. I love chasing platinums, but sometimes I see that there's a single ridiculously hard or just annoying trophy, like getting all the Ravens in God of War.
Yeah.
And it puts a damper on chasing any trophies at all, since I know I probably won't do that one. I had a similar feeling in FF7 Remake. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think getting a platinum should be ultra difficult or reasonably attainable? For example, I loved trophies in Elden Ring makes chasing a platinum if ever fun. So I like platinums when they're like, you got to work for them almost.
Yeah. It's a balance for sure.
It's interesting to me that you said you liked Elden Rings when you have to beat the game 3 times.
Same as Bloodborne. Like those are 2 of the 4 platinums I have is Bloodborne and Elden Ring, and like both of those games you have to beat them 3 times.
You have to beat all the bosses, but like I mean, most people don't even beat them 3 times. Most people just save the thing, I guess, like that.
Which I did not do.
I guess I like saying when I earn a platinum, I like to feel like I've earned it. but I only do it for games I really like nowadays.
Same.
To me, it's not about the number of platinums anymore. It's just like the game attached to that platinum.
Yeah. Like God of War, I think that trophy is the only one I didn't get because I was just like, eh. Oh, I didn't kill the final Valkyrie Queen either.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was just like, eh.
I like when platinums make you do like the hardest stuff in the game to earn them.
Like FF7 Remake Part 2 or 3 or whatever, like Emerald Weapon should be a trophy. And it should be tough,
The bosses, yeah.
But it shouldn't be like collect every little thing on the whole damn planet.
Grindy
like
stuff is the ones
the grindy stuff. Sucks.
Grindy ones, yeah. I remember Dark Souls 3 had like grind this rep or something, and I
like the Witness. I figured the platinum for the Witness would be beat every single puzzle, and even though there's only one puzzle I never finished in that game, I still got the platinum. It had the challenge room, which was nigh impossible, but like it was rewarding.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, it should be a challenge, but not a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like you should want to do it.
Yeah. I was playing Resident Evil 4. I've been looking at the trophies. There's no platinum, which is annoying.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just like looking at some of these trophies. It's like, beat the game on professional. It's like actually really easy compared to what I expected it to be.
Annoying one. Here's the annoying one was in Village, the knife one. But like, there's parts where
Beat
you
the
have
game
to
with the
shoot
knife only?
or whatever. And
I
like,
think that's it doesn't count that though. If you
Yeah,
have to shoot like part of the game, it doesn't count it.
there was like
part do you have to shoot?
there's a part in. I mean, you have to use the Hammer of Dawn thing. It's Chris, so you have to use that. That's not knife.
Yeah.
And then
Chris section
during
just
the
doesn't count,
final,
right?
and then during the final boss,
Wow,
there's a
okay.
part where you're supposed to use something else, and it's okay to use it there.
Oh yeah.
But like
obviously.
after that one
you had
shot,
to
you're
knife
not
that part?
supposed to. You're not supposed to. Which is the like I don't know. I did it with all the specifications, but I didn't get like the dumb trophy. So like, if you're gonna be like that, like specific, it should like. I wish it'd be like a message that came and said like you failed, like reload your save.
Yeah, I
Because,
think
like,
that'd be nice.
yeah,
So you
like,
know?
Yeah, like that's just a long time investment because it's very specific.
Yeah.
Like you can breeze through that game, but like with a knife, it's like you can't.
Yeah, especially
really
on like
breeze.
the easy mode or whatever, the easiest mode, you can like cruise
Yeah.
that game. But
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
it did tell you if like you messed up or something,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like
Stuff that
put an
take a long-
option
yeah,
to have
stuff
like
with
the thing like in the corner, like if the knife turns red, you screwed it up or
Or
something.
the PS5 trackers, like that's
Trophy
you
tracker
should
thing.
be like, oh, well, you messed up, like try again. That would be a good use for it. And not, even though they have trophies or achievements, but Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes has in-game achievements. Some of those are effing ridiculous. Like the amount of like kill
100,000.
Yeah, it's like kill like tens to hundreds of thousands of enemies with specific thing like use a weapon that is strong against this weapon, and like so you kill only enemy types of this, and like I'm sure you can go back to a mission and farm that. Like I haven't even like through 3 playthroughs when I did the 3 pass. Didn't even get most. I had like 90 achievements still left to get. I'm like, I looked at some of them.
Damn.
I'm like, oh my god. And one of them was like do 100 perfect conversations during like their version of tea time, but it's not
Jesus.
tea time in that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
100.
100?
And I was like, this sucks. I was like,
You didn't do it, did you?
well, through the multiple playthroughs, yes, because you have to spend your activity points. I just pulled up the guide and did like the same character every time because you can only you do them once per mission. So like in a chapter, you have like 7 like missions you have to do before you like move on to the next chapter. So like chapter like 2, like go with this person. I know all the answers already. And even when you get the right answer, it just tells you that's the right answer for the pit selections. It's only 3 you have to get right. Do that. All right, go do a mission. Come back. Oh, they're available again. Do them again. It's like so, and like how many like there's like 16 chapters. I mean, I was doing more than one character. So like 2 characters. So like, and then you get to a different campaign. It's like yeah, but like you can't do anything else with your activity points. It's like stupid. I was like, oh, this is worse than Persona, like a Persona game.
Stuff like that where it's like
Yeah.
just grindy for no reason.
this is
like
like
it's like no one would naturally do this.
Tecmo specialty right here. I feel like
To me, the
Grind it in these
perfect
Muso games.
the perfect platinum to me is like all but 3 or 4 of the trophies are things that you're probably naturally going to do if you're interested in the game anyway.
Like all the content?
The Souls ones are really good at this, where it's like Elden Ring, right? I had when I was about to beat it for the first time, I looked at the trophies and I was like, okay, like what do I need? And I had already gotten all but like 4 or 5 of them. And like the ones that I had were just like, get all the spells, get all the miracles. And I was like, okay, which one am I missing? And it's like, okay, just that one. Okay, I'll just go get it. You know, like you should almost get there naturally for a game you like, I think. And then it stretches you right at the end to be like, okay, I'm gonna do the hardest thing or the challenge room or the beat it 2 more times or whatever.
Yeah, I guess it could be different for the type of game. I think it's just like an arcadey game where it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like get like a high score, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking back on Returnal when that came out. I think they changed this, but it was like get all the notes or something like that, and some of the spawns are random. So it's like you just have to keep resetting it over and over again. Like, that sucks. I don't like any of that. Sucks. But yeah, I generally don't like ones anymore that are like, you know, get 50 headshots or something like that. I feel like games have gotten a little better about that, but I agree. Most of the time it's like if you complete all the content and maybe like I like 7 remakes, except I guess 7 remake you like have to do scenarios over and over again to see certain things, like get all the dresses or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's okay, but like you gotta like really reset the whole chapter and like play it all. Yeah, I get that. But like anything that's like optional bosses, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, replaying stuff like that is not my favorite. But
yeah,
like replaying the game to get a different ending is cool if you're gonna do it anyway. But
yeah, I agree.
For like Bloodborne and Elden Ring, I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever. It's like I just want to see that content anyways.
Yeah.
This next question is from Slide Away. What's up, Brad and crew? Have you ever played a game while listening to the soundtrack of another game, movie, TV show, etc., that actually made your playing experience better? For example, I listened to the Fury Road soundtrack while playing Mad Max.
Shit, yeah.
Not only did it fit the tone, obviously, but it further enhanced my outlook of the game and allowed me to get more invested in what I was doing. I think we've all probably done this.
Sophia and I will put on the soundtrack to Sims Medieval when we're playing Magic, The Gathering. It's like a tradition. We've started introducing Civilization 6 music into there as well, because Portugal rips. Onimusha and Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails is forever linked to me because like I listened to that while playing that.
What a tone clash.
Yeah, that's just how it is for me. But yeah.
Went a step further, did this a lot during the Xbox 360 era where you could actually play custom music during games.
Yeah.
Both during Street Fighter 4, which has a really good soundtrack, but like after hearing the same song over and over again, would load in like epic like movies, like soundtracks and stuff. Like we found a trailer library that does all the trailer music for movies and just downloaded it.
That's funny.
Put it on random for every stage, so you get like these epic like trailer music's playing, and it did stuff like that. I did and then like manually during a Dissidia NT. The big primal battles, the music, I didn't like the music for that, so I just took like 14's versions of each of those and played them to make them more epic. I was like, yo, let's go. This is way better.
I feel like just MMOs over the years, I've always just played different stuff all the time. Because you play those games for
turn off the soundtrack, just put on like your
yeah, like I remember playing World of Warcraft with like just different music and stuff like that all the time.
Yep, absolutely.
I remember Quake let you do the CD, like play a CD.
Heck yeah.
That is, dude, back in the day, that's really cool.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, dude. You could play a different thing in the game, what?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
All right, this next question is from Nathan Croker. Yo, allies. Since Isla is in the studio, let's talk about books. Last year, I started reading again after I took a 15-year hiatus from experiencing the art form. I found reading fantasy novels to hit my dopamine receptors the same while playing an ultra-long JRPG would. I also recently played Cyberpunk because I got it for cheap and wanted to see if it was playable. It only crashed once in 4 hours, and altogether, it seems pretty alright. But it made me want to delve into the books, into the Cyberpunk genre. My questions are, have you read a book because of a game you played or vice versa? And do you have any books you would like to see turn into games? I would like to see a tactics RPG based on the Stormlight Archives.
Shit, yeah.
Specifically Shattered Plains.
Yeah.
Isla should know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Shattered Plains of this tactics game would be nuts.
Yeah, so I guess quite a few questions in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if a book has specifically made me play a game. I'm not, or vice versa.
Yeah,
I mean, just my general interests overlap for games and books and stuff. So I mean, like cyberpunk stuff, like William Gibson. I love William Gibson's stuff. Pretty much most of it. I've read most of his stuff. Neil Stephenson.
I definitely read some Lovecraft after playing Bloodborne again.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, oh, yes.
That maybe, yeah. I did go on a Lovecraft kick after that, too. So maybe that. Yeah. I also read all of Sherlock Holmes. I've always kind of liked Sherlock, though, so who knows which came first. Yeah, they're all kind of back and forth. I don't think I've ever read, like I want to read the Myst books, but I never have.
Oh, yeah, that seems right up your alley.
Yeah. Just haven't done it, but I should.
Only so much time.
There's only so much time. I just listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, I love audiobooks.
So I haven't read a book analog in a minute, but yeah.
Any series you'd like to see turn into a game?
Oh.
Both of you?
I mean,
Anything?
Stormlight Archive, Mistrunner, or Mistborn, whatever, would be really good, too. The Brandon Sanderson.
Mistborn. Sounds like some Elder Scrolls thing.
It's cool. Now, why am I doubting myself? Why does that feel wrong?
It's cool. Is it?
Mistborn, yeah, Mistborn. Mistborn would be really good because I think it would have good gameplay.
Anything, Damiani, you could think of? I'm personally not much of a reader.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't even read them. I did the audiobook, those Game of Thrones. Song of Ice and Fire.
That counts as reading it.
That's reading, yeah.
Yeah, when back at the GT days, Long Drive would just like play them, but like probably the worst way to do that because I was only half paying attention.
Oh, sure.
So thankfully it was like the earlier stuff. Like once I got,
you kind of was familiar
because I was like basically I wanted to get to the Red Wedding before it happened in the show because I was warned like you should read ahead and get the Red Wedding part before it gets there, and I can't say any more about that because like the spoilers are gonna be all over the place and you're never gonna be able to avoid that.
Just watch it in the show and then you know.
Well, the ahead of time because people knew the episode was coming up. There were tons of people,
I only had one thing spoiled for me in the entire game.
Nice.
I had one. This is what prompted it. I was talking with friends about in season 1, right before the Ned Stark episode.
Yeah.
We're talking about Game of Thrones and stuff. The show at a convention, and one of my friends just casually goes, "Oh yeah, like Ned Stark dies there." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoops."
Oh.
So I was like, "Yeah, I should probably."
I was reading some article and some lady who was writing it just wrote, and then Spoiler McSpoilersons blank dies, and like all the comments were just like, "What the fuck? Why did you say?" And then she was like, "I said spoilers," and they were like, "No, you said Spoily McSpoilersons and didn't leave a single gap or anything."
Oh.
It was insane.
The worst thing I'm dealing with right now, sorry, it's not book related, but I have friends. I have filters, but like some friends I leave like unfiltered so I could see all their stuff. Like 2 of them right now are like I've not watched any of the last season of Better Call Saul, part 1 or part 2.
I've only seen season 1.
I'm gonna start watching. No, actually not Huber. 2 friends like they posting like photos and stuff, and like even if they're out of context and stuff, it's like I like stop. I was like I literally
Huber posted
just,
a photo of his reaction to the end of
Yeah.
Saul.
Oh my god, I was like, what the fuck?
I was like Sophia showed me the picture, and I was like, oh my god, 'cause given his recent tweets, like, and how worried people have been about him, you know, I saw that picture first, and I was just like, oh good lord, like I was ready to get my keys, you know, and then I was like, Better Call Saul finale, how's everyone holding up? And I'm like, oh okay,
Yeah.
like he's okay.
Damn. Okay, our last question is from Frankie. Hey, allies. Let me write that down real quick.
Hi.
I have a recurring conversation with a friend of mine. What exactly is a JRPG anymore? His argument is that any RPG to come from Japan is a JRPG, including more action-focused titles like Kingdom Hearts and strategy titles like Valkyria Chronicles. I say JRPGs include any RPG with turn-based combat like Chrono Trigger and Octopath Traveler, and including games like Undertale that take inspiration from older JRPGs. Where do you draw the line for the genre? As franchises age and genres evolve, do you think our depictions or descriptions of them should change as well? Love and respect.
To me, I think of JRPG as more of a... I mean, you're both right and wrong, I guess. Like, it's whatever. But, like, I see it as a genre in and of itself where it's, like, a long, story-focused RPG.
Yeah. I wouldn't say turn-based
No, it's not
is criteria for
necessarily.
JRPG. Because I'm thinking of the Tales series right off the
Right.
bat. I'm like, well, that's definitely a JRPG.
Tales
of Fantasia was early enough that, like...
Final Fantasy,
Star Ocean games.
Star Ocean,
Yeah, that came after. Star Ocean was PlayStation.
Dragon Quest.
That's turn-based.
Tales of Fantasia was Super Famicom.
Yeah.
Chronicles, whatever the hell. Xenoblade
Xenoblade, yeah.
Chronicles.
Is it Zeno or Xeno? I never know.
Technically Zeno.
Okay.
But, you know, regional things, like Xeno is fine. But, like,
Okay.
if you were to print... Yeah. Excuse you. But, yeah.
This man's
Well,
sneezing.
Oh my
the
God.
best thing about Xenoblade Chronicles is, I mean, I always say Xenoblade, but then, like, I kept hearing everyone say Zeno, so I'm like, okay, I'll start using Zeno, since that seems to be, like, the more official
We say
pronunciation.
Crossino.
Well, it's British localization. It's been since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
NOA passed on it, and like NOE has locked that up. Probably for better or worse. I think it's for better. So you get like the British localization of the game. So in the new game, they're villains with letter. I talked about this last episode. They're got a letter to represent their name.
Mm-hmm.
So X, Y, M, and all these others. It's not Z. It's Z.
Zed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first time you see it, it's like, oh yeah, duh. Because in like same thing, Dragon Ball over there, it's Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Z. So it's like, oh yeah. So it's kind of cool to have like, you know, the letter pronounced like that, because it's like I was thinking of like Lord Zed now. So I'm like, dude,
Lord
yeah, Lord Zed, let's go.
Lord Zed. I guess with a JRPG, I don't know.
Oh,
It like, I just think of like literally what it stands for, Japanese role-playing game. So that's usually what I describe it as. I understand the JRPGs kind of have like a thing tied to it. Like you were, Frankie saying like turn-based. I'm like, yeah, that's a very common thing in JRPGs, I guess, like that. But RPGs are such like a weird thing to define. We like, remember when we used to do like RPG category for stuff like that? We're
Yeah.
like, is this an RPG? We were talking about like From Software games. We're like,
yeah.
yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
It's an action
It's a
RPG, I guess. It's-
Yeah. I also think like the same question comes also from like stems from the what is anime technically? Is it anything anything animated
Japanese
in Japan?
animated? Yeah.
Right.
And then like what about like the one that always gets thrown out there is
Avatar.
Avatar: The Last
Yeah.
Airbender. It's like it's heavily influenced.
Yeah.
But I mean, does that count or not? And like what there's a whole bunch of video essays and written essays out there about what it is. But like I think it's maybe a little bit easier video games, because like I think like it's really hard if it doesn't like pass the look test. But then to throw a wrench in the work, it's like, well, what about Souls games? They are absolutely not anime-looking games. So it's
No.
like,
right.
do you
They're
call
Japanese
those-
and they're RPGs.
yeah,
Are
it's
they
like,
JRPGs?
are they JRPGs? It's
I
like,
would say no.
yeah. I think like if it looks like an anime and has like, and it's like RPG like combat, like with story heavy with a party system, it's like and it was made in Japan, it's very safe bet that's a JRPG.
Sure, yeah.
That's like the base. So like I think you know what would be
But
great.
things styled in...
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say things made in the West styled after JRPGs. I
Yeah.
think count too.
This might go along with that. I was like, I think we just need to give the AI program a bunch of like established JRPGs and then like churn
it
out what it thinks is JRPG. We give it
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
games and it'll say, is that a JRPG
Is
or
this a
not?
JRPG?
And then it
Side.
could give us like the algorithm will be like, here's why
Yeah.
we pick these things.
Only if 60% or more of the servers were based in Japan for the AI, then it's a JRPG.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like even like series like Final Fantasy, it's like you call them JRPG, but you take a look at like what 16 is doing, and it's like this looks
Looks like an action game.
yeah, it's like
Looks like it.
Yeah, like does that fit more traditional sense, or is it just because of the name of the series and we're like associating a lot of past tropes and memories to it being attached to it?
Yeah.
that are like influencing or giving us some kind of like bias. Whereas like the Tales of series all the way through Arise, like that has been like a JRPG series through and through all of its entries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same-
It's tricky, yeah.
Yeah, Star Ocean, same thing. there's a lot of things you can do, like how the character designs look. I mean, you could argue the battle systems. You could the nature of the narrative. Like, what are the like
killing God?
Yeah, do you kill God? Yes.
Yeah,
No?
does it start to get like very highly convoluted at the end? I mean,
Yeah.
that's like the layman's way of putting it.
Are
But,
half
yeah.
of your characters insane or not the characters they originally said they were?
Nah.
Do you kill, marry, or become God?
Yeah.
Is God somehow your mother or father? Or somehow capitalism or the internet?
Yeah, it's a weird. I mean, I don't think you can really pin it down, honestly. It's just a case-by-case basis, I guess. But it is an interesting question, what counts as a JRPG anymore.
Yeah.
As like they said, as
Everything.
things just evolve and change.
Yeah, because remember, there's always like if you want to get pedantic, just like always subgenres and stuff too. Like if
Yeah.
you're really having struggle, like they mentioned Valkyria, but like in
Strategy.
my mind, it's SRPG, so it's like it is a Japanese SRPG,
RPG.
so it's like
Right.
under
Like
the
Fire
it's
Emblem
under
would-
the JRPG banner, but it's like
But it's like, what do you put XCOM under? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Western strategy RPG?
Right.
yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
yeah, like Rabbids. It's like
Rabbids.
that's a blend of East and West, so it's like what do you?
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's got waifus.
Rabbits? I guess so. If you're into that, yeah, sure. I guess. Good ending. Good way to end the show.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for this episode of
Perfect.
Frame Trap. Isla, thanks for joining us. It was
Of
fun.
course.
Dawn should be back next week, I think, or the
Yeah,
next session we do
yeah,
this.
he should
Time
be
for
back.
Wave Race.
Just in time for Wave Race.
yeah.
That's true. So we'll have to guess. We should get a special report from Dawn.
Yeah, we need to get a.
I gotta remember to ask Dawn
yes,
that.
a Dawn
Wave race
report
report.
on Wave Race. How the port is. A port report.
Port. We've done those before.
Yeah, but a
Oh,
Dawn.
do you remember report?
Dawn port report.
I feel like we're so out of our depth with that kind of stuff. Like,
Kawasaki ads
Oh,
are still in
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
yeah, that's
really
nice.
Authentic.
that is authentic.
Ridiculous.
That's the way you do
Love
it. That's
that.
surprising from Nintendo, I guess.
I'm surprised.
I didn't expect that.
Kawasaki's chill, I guess. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, do they still
What, bro?
exist?
I don't
I
know.
think so. Yeah, whatever, bro. Put us in. It's cool. Once again, if you like to submit a question for the show, you got to be a $5 and up patron. You can join that on EasyAllies. Or not that, but that's our website also, EasyAllies.com. Check
Great
that out.
website.
If you want to check out our videos and our schedule, all that good stuff, and check us out on patreon.com/EasyAllies.
There it is.
Once again, that is the lifeblood of us. Give us the rundown, the like, favorite, subscribe, share,
Like, subscribe, bell on YouTube.
bell notification.
Give us a positive rating on your podcast thing.
It is a meme, but it does actually help.
It helps the channel
It
a
does
lot,
actually
and it
help.
helps us get out there. We've been neglecting to think about that.
We're bad at business.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you have Amazon Prime, feel free to throw a Twitch
Twitch
Prime
Prime
sub at our
Put 'em up,
way.
yeah.
Twitch.tv/EasyAllies.
Get all that good stuff.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Join our
Yeah.
Discord.
Join our Discord.
It's a good time. Cool. That's it. Dawn next time. Isla, thanks again once more. Appreciate it. Damiani, thank you for being my co-host as always. Till next time. Later, y'all.